All right, it's now time for the Fantasy Show Week 2 edition. Week 1 is in the books. It was a interesting week number 1. Let's go over the matchups from week 1 real quick, and then we'll look at the waivers after that. So big first week, you always want to start off 1-0 and have your team perform, but only half the league can do that. So looking at the matchup, starting with my matchup versus Slaps, was highly anticipated last week, and it did not live up to the hype as my team laid a egg big time. Lowest points scored in week 1, that's not great. 0-1, that's not great. Congrats to Slaps as he got a good win. He made a big trade before week 1, and it actually worked out for him. I mean, he was going to win even without that trade, but it was a nice sight to see Fat Diarrhea get 22 points against me. I should have knew that was going to happen. The guy let me down last year big time, so of course in week 1 he pops off for his new team against me. Go figure. And Scary Terry, who he traded away to Zach, we all were saying that Zach last week got the better end of that trade, and he had a horrible game. So, although I will say Cooper Kupp, we were right on that. He did nothing, 3.5 points. So he's going to need Debo to keep performing because I don't think Kupp's going to get much better this season. He had a strong showing from Jalen Hurts on that first Thursday night game. The running back that is Jalen Hurts with 2 rushing touchdowns in the first half, then kind of slowed down in the second half. But he got him 24 big points compared to my quarterback who had a horrible week 1. Not what I was anticipating, only 6.84. Just looked rushed, did not look calm in the pocket, threw 2 bad interceptions, had 1 nice touchdown throw, but other than that, it didn't really run either, which I was a little surprised on. Hopefully he can bounce back. Genty got a touchdown that was decent. Swift looked okay. They had it on the 1 yard line at the end of the game, and they didn't give it to him. They passed because they were down. Brian Thomas had a stinker. Hopefully he can rebound. Tyreek Hill, though, also didn't do good. Nobody seems to be high on Tyreek Hill this year, and Slaps is just trying to find somebody to take Tyreek Hill off of him for a really good player. Good luck, Slaps. You're going to be looking for that for a long time. Until Tyreek Hill gets traded from the Dolphins, I don't know what you can expect anything but single digits from him. Chase Brown got a touchdown. I was expecting after that strong start from Chase Brown that he was going to have like a 20-plus point game, and he kind of slowed down after that. The whole Bengals offense slowed down after that. So some mediocre plays from both of us. Our teams kind of just did mid, but the real difference for Slaps was Hurts and Debo, his 20-plus point scorers. Meanwhile, I did not have a single 20-plus scorer, but I had 2 on my bench. Justin Fields with 29, and Keon Coleman looked great in his first game of the season with 25, with 11 targets. So never good when you leave 20-plus scorers on your bench. It was going to be hard, though, to start Fields and Keon Coleman over my other guys in week 1, but they will definitely be in the starting lineup after this week, most likely, if some of my guys don't perform. So they are on notice. They better perform in week 2 or they will be benched for these other guys. Congrats to Slaps, though. He was very happy to get that win. He was talking a little shit to me about his fat diarrhea, which is deserved. Good play for him there. Especially we gave him a lot of shit for that trade, but it worked out for him, and he's 1-0, so he doesn't need to panic. Although I'm sure he'll still be looking to make trades. Anybody want to make any comments on this matchup?
I have a current trade sent to Slaps, and he said he's thinking over it.
Oh,
So he is being very active in the trade market.
as always. No
He
surprise
better
there.
change his. Oh, he already changed his name from God Squad. That didn't take
Here,
long.
here's what that means, Pook. He's going to think about it. He's going to respond when you're sleeping, and it's going to be a counter that you're not going to like.
He already sent me a few counters, and I gave him the hardball message. I want X and X, and I will
Mm,
not take anything less.
mm. All
He
right, so the
wanted
line has been drawn in the sand.
he wanted Jalen Warren and Sutton for Kyron from me. I think we're not doing that. So
I mean, that's not that horrible. Um, Slaps is 1-0. We'll see what happens. I mean, he
look,
put
I have
up.
some comments.
Oh,
He was
okay.
saying this was the best team ever. It
Yeah.
changed the way people draft. And
Yeah, I
his
don't
team
think
put up
it's.
like an okay, not bad, an okay performance.
I mean,
and he's
he
shipping
kind of
everybody off.
he kind of already debunked his own comment though. That comment of this changes the way people draft. When you instantly trade away one of your top picks for mediocre guys, that kind
I
of already
mean,
debunks
like
before even week
Debo,
one. That debunk his whole thing was he traded away his first and second to get a bunch of third round picks, and that's what he said was gonna make him, on top of everybody. But then he trades away one of those picks for seventh and sixth round guys. So like, is that really like clearly he
I
didn't
mean, and
like
I'll
his
say
draft
like
strategy?
Debo could be a surprise this year, I think,
Yeah,
and
he
do
could.
okay.
Yeah,
But Cooper Cup, I see no value in
yeah.
outside of like it's a bye week and you need somebody. So I don't know why you wouldn't just keep Scary Terry, who's gonna have more
I mean, you gotta
consistently
think
have
the rest of the
big
season that
weeks.
Scary Terry will have better games than Debo
Yeah,
for a lot of the
like
weeks. Maybe not all, but
Debo's gonna have a couple pop-up weeks, but
yeah, I mean, we'll see.
I mean I wouldn't be surprised if Debo puts in 9 points this week.
Mm, okay.
Cooper Cup, I hated this year, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Anybody else have any comments? All right. Moving on to the next matchup. Let me skip that one for now, see if Ernie joins here late. I think he said he's going to. Moving on to another highly anticipated matchup of week one. There was a lot of shit talk in this matchup from the very start of the matchup. A bunch of GGs you won flying back and forth. And it was kind of a low scoring affair. Zach does get a good win in week one over the defending champ, 109 to 91. Rat, as the defending champ, his team did not go the way I think he was expecting in week one. Kind of under 100 points in week one, 0-1 start for the defending champ, and some of his players he kind of went all in on did not really perform. Nico Collins, who he really, really wanted, and he made known before the draft that he really wanted him, had a really rough game. 3 catches for 25 yards, 5.5 points. That Houston's offensive line and Stroud did not look any better than last year. It looked like a carbon copy of last year, constantly under pressure, making bad plays. No time to get Nico open really down the field. Njoku didn't do much as the other Browns young tight end popped off, so that maybe he's in a committee now. That's kind of rough. Pacheco on Friday night got absolutely shut down, and Kareem Hunt was getting like half the workload, so that's not
My
good for
boy
Rats.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, that's not good for Rats RB2 when half his workload is going to old man Hunt. The trade for Baker did do good though for Rat as he had 22 nice points. Baker obviously a good fantasy quarterback for him. Kamara did okay. CeeDee Lamb had a really nice game, but it could have been so much better. The drops, he could have had probably like a close to 30-point performance if he draws in all those catches and makes those plays. 4 drops for CeeDee. I mean, he still had a good game, but it could have been a lot better for Rat, and it might have been the difference in this one. I mean, he lost by 18 points, so it would have been tough to get that just from those CeeDee catches. But Devontae Smith with a very bad game, as it was all just the Eagles' running game, of course. And then obviously the big hurt was a 0 from Xavier Worthy getting hurt early in that game by his own player, Travis Kelce, knocking him out of the game and maybe missing some time now for Rat. So he's got issues now in that final flex that he's going to have to address. I mean, he keeps hyping up Pop Douglas, who had 8.2 points on the bench. The Patriots did not look very good offensively against the Raiders at home, so I wouldn't be too trusting in that. I don't know. I think this is just fake optimism from Rat, hoping that this Douglas guy does good. I mean, he really needs Christian McCaffrey to get hurt so he can put Brian Robinson in
Whoa!
that
Don't put
final
that in the
flex spot.
world.
Buddy, I'm just saying he does. He needs Christian McCaffrey to get hurt so he can play Brian Robinson in that final
Look,
flex
I
spot.
think Rat's in shambles, but
Oh,
I'll let,
okay.
I'll let
Well,
other people
no, go
speak
ahead.
first.
Go ahead. You
Okay.
think he's in
Well,
shambles?
Go,
Explain
go.
why.
he tried the wide receiver hero strat, and both his running backs are going to end up being. I mean, Kamara's okay, but he's not like your top guy.
Yeah, for an
And
RB1, there's definitely better. I agree
Pacheco
with that.
is looked not great. I mean, Nico, the Texans looked awful.
Yeah.
Devontae Smith is boomer bust. Worthy's dead. You know,
Yeah.
I just feel like
I was
it's
surprised that he didn't go
I
all
don't
out
know.
to get Hollywood Brown, which we'll talk about when we get to
I
waivers.
expect that CD will be traded soon.
Especially
Keeps
the
losing.
price. I really thought he would go all out to get Hollywood Brown. I mean, it just makes total sense for Rat's team that he goes out and gets Worthy or Hollywood Brown. I mean, he looked great once Worthy was out. I mean, he was getting all the targets. It would have just been a perfect fit. And then when Worthy comes back, you slide him back in. So I'm really surprised he didn't go all out to try to get him, especially with
Well, we'll
how
talk
much
about
value.
Fab when we get to waivers.
Yeah, we will. I mean, some people wasted some, but that would have made sense for Rat to waste that much to get that. He needed that guy, in my opinion, to fix his flux issue that he now has. On Zach's side, it was mediocre. You know, there was one point on Sunday watching Red Zone that Zach was in defeat mode, and it was honest defeat mode. It wasn't like the GGU won when I know you, when I know I've won. It was at one point midday. He thought he had lost, and he thought that his boy Jamar Chase let him down. He thought Terry McLaurin let him down. I mean, he was defeated. He was over here saying my top wide receivers are not performing and I'm done. And it wasn't looking good. And then kind of as those 4 o'clock games went around, it kind of turned. It got a little better. He got some touchdowns, and then you looked. He was only down needing like 23 points from Lamar Jackson, Kincaid combined, and then all of a sudden he had some optimism, and it was a lot more positive. And then of course Lamar goes out and does his thing, gets all the points all on his own. Kincaid gets an early touchdown to basically seal the win for Zach. So, not a ton of points, but when your top number 1 overall pick, Jamar Chase, gets 4.6 points, and then the guy you trade for, another top wide receiver, gets 4.7. When those two guys don't perform and you still get a win, that's really all that matters for Zach's team. Those two will be better. And then, his running backs looked really solid. His quarterback looked great. And that's kind of, the Jackson 5. If those 5 all produce, then if Kincaid is producing and Krosky Merritt's producing, that's just extra to make Zach's team a dangerous threat. I don't know. Some people might disagree with me, but I think the fact that he won this game with 2 of his 5 Jackson 5 not producing is big, I think, for Zach, especially against Rat, the defending champ.
I like
Anybody have
Zach's
comments on this? Go ahead.
I don't
What?
I'll go last with my comment.
Oh, I like Zach's team. The only worry is I think Connor looked like maybe he'll lose. As the season goes on, could be like one of those situations where he loses snaps. But
Yeah, but
I mean,
it'll be a
Taylor's
while.
a
He
stud.
has
Lamar is
Benson, though.
huge.
He does have Benson, who had 8.5. So even
Yeah,
if that
having
happens,
Benson is huge. So he has both. Yeah, I mean, I think Zach's got a very solid team, and I like the Bill pick.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how good Bill gonna do Thursday because Green Bay defense looked legit, but I think it's still a good pick, still a good player.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people were targeting this Krosky Merritt guy in the later rounds, and Zach took him quite a bit earlier than I
9,
would have.
9th round.
Yeah, he took him a lot earlier than I would have, but it's looking like the right pick.
That round.
What's that?
I would have picked him that round. The round
That
that he
round?
picked him,
All
I
right.
would have picked him that
So
round.
yeah, it's a perfect pick then. He got him just before somebody would have took him. All right. Any other comments, Pook?
I have a proposition to make to one of these people. I am laying out a bet right now to Rat that Brandon Ayuk will finish the year with more points than Chris Godwin. I will bet $50 on that if he's willing to pony up the money. Because we have had some very heated discussions in DMs about both of those players.
So they're both out right now. So you're saying when they
Yes.
come back, are they coming back the
Yes.
same week?
They're projected to come back around the same time, week 5, week 6.
So why wouldn't you just make? It just would make sense to make that bet when they're both actually back. Because why would you make the bet and then if one comes back a week earlier, then you're behind the 8 ball.
That's why I'm making the bet offer right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure Rat will hear this and can respond. Interesting. All right. Any other comments? Cronky, you haven't said anything yet. Are you here? Hello?
I'm here.
Okay.
Just not two very noteworthy people in this league. So
Oh. Okay. All
Kinda
right. Defending
snore
champ isn't
through-
noteworthy. All right.
no, I
Interesting.
snore through this one.
All right. Okay, moving on then to the next one. We have our newcomer in the league who Cronky has made his thoughts well known about these foreigners, putting up a very, very strong performance, edging out Cheese for the most points in week 1. Anth gets a big win over Tyler, 147 to 121, a high scoring matchup. Congrats to Anth coming into the lead and putting up a strong week 1.
That's golfer
Mahomes.
choking on a dick.
What? Go ahead.
I said that's golfer choking on his dick.
Okay, buddy, it's the facts. He put up the most points in week 1 as a newcomer in the league. It's all facts.
Oh, good for him.
What's
It's
not
week 1.
factual about that? A lot of people
one.
did not think he would do this week 1. No, you
I
did
was not a
say,
believer.
yeah, you did not say he was going to put up the most points and beat Tyler. So I think you might have said last week, quote, he has no clue what he's doing, if I remember correctly. So
He doesn't, but
okay. All right. Well, Patrick Mahomes, 26 big points. If I'm telling you what, if he can get those type of performances, he didn't. I mean, the Chiefs didn't look good on offense. That's the thing. They did not look good on offense yet. He put up the stats. Carried 6 times for 57 yards and a rushing touchdown. Like, if he can get those type of numbers from Mahomes this year, that'd be the numbers of a few years ago, and he would be back. So that's a good start for him. James Cook looked really good. Got in the end zone again. I did not think he would come close to the touchdowns he got last year when he was on my team, but he starts out the year with 1. Got 5 catches as well, so that was a plus. Brees Hall looked pretty solid in his first game. Had over 100 yards. Didn't get too many catches, but over 100 yards against Pittsburgh. It's pretty good, strong first performance. I liked Brees Hall this year for a bounce back year, but Ant took him ahead of me. So yeah, so that was a good start for him. Neighbors kind of just mediocre. Neighbors is going to have some of these games though where he only gets 12 like 10, 12 points because Russell Wilson is just so bad. He did get 12 targets though, so that's good. Russell just kept throwing it up. The problem is Russell's so bad that he's not going to catch a lot of those targets. So that's why you're going to have some games like this until they finally get rid of Russell Wilson and go to Dart, which they should already be doing. If I'm a fucking Giants fan, I don't know why Russ is even there. He's so bad. Drake London had a decent game. Also had a ton of targets, but only 8 catches. Didn't get in the end zone. That's kind of the difference between a huge game. Laporta looks solid. I mean, what? Everybody on Ant's team had double digits except his kicker. McPherson only had 5.5. Pittman, very nice game. I believe last week on the show he had Downs in the starting lineup when we did the review of his team, and we were kind of wondering if he was going to start the right Colts wide receiver, and he made the change to Pittman and started the right guy. So kudos to him there. Etienne was a big surprise. I think that was the most surprised I was in week 1 out of all the players. Was Etienne ran really well, had 143 yards on the ground. 18 points. Plus, they trade away Tank Bigsby this week to the Eagles, so that just gives an even more boost to Etienne. So that's looking like a decent auto pick. Remember, this was an auto pick. I'm not giving Anth credit for taking Etienne because everybody was clowning it, and it was an auto pick. He didn't mean to take him. He even admitted that. So I'm not going to give him credit saying he found this gem that everyone didn't like, but it worked out for him in week 1. On Tyler's side, strong performance. Would have beat a lot of teams, but unfortunately for him, a little bit unlucky. Jaden Daniels had a nice game. Irving did okay. Kenneth Walker was a big disappointment, only 5.4 points, and looks like a little bit more of a timeshare committee than some people might have thought, with Charbonnet getting a lot of run. So that's got to be a little worrisome for Tyler there in the RB2 spot. Nakua, though, had a really big game. Started out strong. Stafford looked okay. So that's a good sign for Tyler that Nakua pick comes out strong. He even got freaking a bloody head in that game and came back in and put up huge numbers. Obviously, the Bears are the Bears. I don't know what Tyler thinks about his Bears every week, but they're the freaking Bears. DJ Moore, he's going to have some decent games, but then he's also going to have single-point digit games when fucking Caleb Williams can't throw the ball. They did give him 3 carries, which was interesting. They definitely tried to use him some out of the backfield to give Swift some spells because they didn't really have any other running backs. Kelsey got that touchdown catch, and that was quiet, but the touchdown saves him. Aaron Jones looked decent as well, also caught a touchdown catch. And Olave, you'll take 12.4 from him, got 13 targets, so that was a good sign. Overall, some positive things for Tyler's team. Even though he lost, I'm sure he's not going to be too concerned. There were some positive things. He just kind of ran into the buzzsaw that was Ant's team in week 1. Cheese, comments on this matchup? Anyone have any comments?
I wasn't really an Ants believer, but the team looked good.
Okay.
I don't know. I will say I don't think Etienne's can do that good every week just because Carolina is terrible.
Okay, interesting.
Carolina defense.
Even with them trading away one of the 3 running backs?
I think he's going to be solid, but I don't think he's dropping 20 every week.
Okay.
Or he dropped 18. I think it'll be maybe a little lower.
Mm-hmm.
Pittman, I also think that a lot of his teams played really bad teams. He had some great matchups, but I think it's a lot more solid than what I thought going into the year. But
all right, interesting.
So, yeah.
All right. Anybody else have any comments on either of these 2 teams?
Ant,
Sometimes.
side bet, Ant.
Oh, okay. So you're not worried about Ant's team, I take it.
Nope. If he wants a side bet, he knows where to
Okay.
get him.
All right. Interesting.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. That's
Oh,
all I'll say.
so are both these teams lucky or just Ant?
I'll say one person got lucky with the situation on his team. That's all I'll say.
Lucky on a situation with this team. Okay. All right. I'm not going to try to be cryptic and guess that. All right,
It's just
moving
fucking
on.
ETN. Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
Etienne? Okay. So you're liking Etienne now.
I'm saying he got lucky that ETN's main competition got traded away when
Yep.
he got him on an auto pick.
Oh, Bayshall Tootin.
Well, he was lucky as well as it was an auto pick, so he didn't even mean to take him, and then
Yeah.
it just falls in his lap. So, but sometimes as the newcomer, you got to have some luck. You know what wasn't luck? He chose the right Colts wide receiver. That was a management correct move there. That's some people might.
I mean, he still would have won.
Yeah, but it's always nice when you choose the correct guys to start, especially when you got like a 50-50 toss-up.
Look, all I want to say about Ant's team is that
It's trash.
No. I don't think it's trash. I think it's a pretty good team. I just think that Pitt, his flexes both played some of the worst teams in the National Football League,
Okay.
which is not happening every week.
Yeah, that is true.
So I mean, I think it looks solid, but we got, he's not getting 40 points from his flexes every week.
Okay.
Because
That's fair.
they literally played the two worst teams in the
Yeah.
National Football League.
I guess the only thing you could say was his top wide receivers kind of did mediocre, so maybe they do a little better in future weeks. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
the only thing with him is he's a lot of like injury-prone guys, which is
Okay.
what we like to say about my team. But Cook is hurt a lot, and so
All
is
right.
London and neighbors.
I gotcha.
Solid week. Solid week.
All right. Yeah, it's a good start. All right, moving on to the next matchup. Speaking of good starts, after everyone was ridiculing Cheese's team, it comes out and puts up the second most points, almost the most points on the week, and takes down Pook 146 to 110. Unlucky for Pook, he put up a decent score, but didn't come close to knocking off Cheese's team. Obviously, it starts with Josh Allen, high-rated pick that Cheese obviously took high, and he proved worth in week one. 38 huge points in that crazy Baltimore Bills game, so good start for him. Christian McCaffrey had a lot of injury question marks before the game, but did play, didn't pull a last year. I guess because he's not on Rat's team, he actually decides to play in week one instead of sitting. Looked pretty strong. 23 big points, got 9 of 10 targets. Obviously, if he's healthy, he's going to be putting up these type of games because they don't have too many people to throw the ball to, especially now with Kittle out. So he's going to be getting these 10 target games as long as he's healthy. So it's a good play. As my stance on Christian McCaffrey has not changed since the draft. He's going to be good if he can play the games. That's still the question mark. Will he play a full schedule this year? And if he does, he's going to be a great player, and he's probably going to be. He would have been like a top 4 pick if he plays all the games, but that's still
He's
to be determined.
draining the lifeblood of every other 49ers player. We're good.
Okay. And then Jaylen Warren, who Cheese picked up in a trade before the week one, that worked out for him as he looked decent, got 13.9 points, got a touchdown. Ladd did okay, got 9 targets, 6 catches, decent game, just didn't get in the end zone. Courtland Sutton looked pretty good, got a touchdown. He was like the only Bronco offensive player that looked good. Tucker Kraft got a touchdown, which kind of saved him. Otherwise, it would have been a horrible game. Jacoby Myers was a big surprise. Cheese, obviously, we know where he took him. Everyone was giving him ridicule for that, but he showed out. 17.7 points in week one. Got 10 targets. So if that continues to be a thing for that Raiders offense, it's a big bonus. Mark Andrews, 1.5
Did nothing.
points. There's no surprise there. As I told you earlier today, Cheese, he is a throwaway. Like you were talking about the guys I was offering you. You're trying to offer me your throwaway. Mark Andrews, no thank you. I don't want him. And I don't think too many other people will. And then Dicker with 10 points. So the 2 tight end strat does get a win. I believe this is now the second one to the record. So congrats to Cheese there. On Pook's side, Dak Prescott on Thursday night. They started out moving the ball so well in the first half, but Javonte Williams has got both the touchdowns on those 2 drives. And then the second half after the rain delay was just a dud on offense. So rough start for Dak fantasy-wise. 7.82 points. Did look decent though throwing the ball. If CD makes some of those catches, maybe that changes Dak's performance a little bit. Henderson, not bad, 11 in his debut. 6 catches is very nice, so you like to see that. Plus he's now engaged, so we'll see how that affects his fantasy production moving forward. Chuba Hubbard had a very nice game, got in the end zone. Justin Jefferson also got a touchdown. Before that, it wasn't looking too good, but then got in the end zone to kind of bail him out with 14. It's kind of the story of the week. A lot of the top-rated wide receivers in week 1 kind of did around 14 or less points for a lot of these guys. So if you got around 10 to 14, that was kind of average for these top wide receivers in week 1. I'm sure a lot of them will have better weeks moving forward. DK got 12 catches.
12 catches? Holy shit.
Sorry,
where the fuck is
4
12
catches, 12 points. 12 points, 4 catches. Not too bad for DK in week 1. Although the way Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball and how many yards Pittsburgh had, you were hoping he was going to get a touchdown. Huh? What?
My
Poop say?
boy.
What?
Hey, Ron.
Oh. Crocky, your fucking mic was so ass I couldn't even hear what you were saying. Yeah, the way Aaron Rodgers had a career day to start his Steelers debut, it was kind of everyone besides DK with.
Was not a career day. Was not a
Oh,
career day, but
okay,
it was a
It's
typical
a
day
career
for
day
him.
compared to what he's been doing
It
the
was
last
a
few
career
years.
day in his Pittsburgh Steelers career.
Yeah, and compared to what he's been doing the last few years. Brock Bowers had a little bit of an injury scare during the game, but looked okay. Got had 5 catches.
points for 50% of the snaps. I will take that.
Okay, got 15.3. That's good. Good start for him. I guess really the big concern for Pook is the Golden guy. It looked like the same old Green Bay where, you throw in a couple wide receivers here, a couple wide receivers there. Who knows who's going to get the ball? It wasn't like a conceited effort to get this guy the ball and get him a lot of targets. Only 2 targets and 2 catches. 3.6 points. We'll see what he can do moving forward. Pook's going to need him. Shakir did pretty decent. And then Fairbairn had a nice game, but overall not quite enough. Those couple down performances from a couple guys like Dak and Golding were the difference. You need like your whole team to produce if you're going to try to somewhat stun and beat a 146 performance. Cheese, comments on your big win to start week 1 when a lot of people
we're
were
feeling
knocking
good.
it.
I told everybody my top 2 guys. That's all I need. Warren looked okay. I don't know. McConkey, he had, people were saying Quentin Johnson, but McConkey was barely overthrown on a touchdown that would have given him like 25 points. So we're not worried. Sutton looks great. Myers looks great. Tucker Kraft looks great. If you click on Tucker Kraft, he had 100% of the snap percentage somehow. Don't know how that happens, but he was out there every play, I guess. So he'll get more targets.
Isn't that more sign for concern if he's out there for 100% of the
No,
plays
because
and
they were
got this amount of
they were obliterated. They were obliterating the
I don't know about
Lions.
obliterating.
Okay, but they did not need to spam the. It was a bad game script. They didn't need
Okay,
to throw the ball as much.
Alright.
But I'm fine with Tucker Kraft. Mark
Okay.
Andrews will be getting benched,
Okay.
but I will not be
Interesting.
dropping him because he'll heat up eventually. But
Okay, he's getting benched for who?
you'll see.
Okay.
Just look at we'll see in
Yeah,
this fucking
yeah,
lineup.
we'll
and-
see.
Well, I know he can play Samson, but earlier when I looked at his team, he had Warren on the bench and had Samson in there. So I guess he's going 3 running backs.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I have insider info from
We have
last
to
night's
do the-
party that Cheese is starting Samson.
I am
Yeah,
starting.
well, he has
Samson.
him in his lineup when I looked earlier. All right. All right. Pook, comments after losing to Cheese in week 1.
2 of these people will not be on my team if Slaps accepts the trade.
Oh shit!
So
Who are
you're
they?
already blowing it up, huh?
You want to give me Chuba?
I think that this will be I will be taking somebody from Slaps that people say is a bust, and he no longer has it.
So Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. He's gonna get suspended for domestic abuse. Good luck.
All right. So you're taking Tyreek Hill and what? You're giving up DK?
No comment.
I can't imagine Slaps taking Golden and somebody else.
Pook, I'll give you Jalen Warren and Addison for Chuba.
If we know anything about Slaps, he wants big names. He doesn't want 2-for-1. So I doubt he's taking.
He's got a
2 for
soft
2.
spot. He's got a soft spot in his heart for the Green Bay Packers. So
It is a 2-for-2
Does he
trade
though?
that he
He
said
didn't.
he will think about.
He hates Shaden Reed this year. I don't think he does. Okay. All right,
Whoa.
so you lose to Cheese like this, and you're trying to change it up already after week 1. Okay.
Yes.
Does this trade involve a quarterback?
No.
So you're not worried about that.
I'm fine with Dak.
Okay.
He got unlucky getting fucked by the rain delay and CD having butterfingers.
Yep.
He will bounce back.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Zombie. Let's see here. Did we go over your match? Oh no, we're just in time. We're just about to go over your week 1 matchup. Any comments, Zombie, you want to make on any of these matchups? Cheese versus Pook, or Anth getting a win, or me losing, Slaps winning,
Uh,
Rat losing.
Cheese will never score that many points again.
Oh, okay.
Pook's team, he should not blow it up.
Oh, some positivity for Pook's team. Wow. Okay. Didn't you call his team trash last week on the show?
Whoa, whoa.
I don't doubt it.
You said Dak. Lol. You hate
Whoa, I like Dak.
I've had multiple people in my DMs for Dak this week.
you.
I
Swore
like
last week
Dak.
you said Dak burned you last year, so you hate him. Okay.
Yeah, but that was just a joke. This year he looks good.
Okay. Well, he didn't look that good in week 1, fantasy point wise, but okay. Did get
Who
cucked
else
by
was it?
Javonte Williams twice.
You know what? Anth might have a good team.
Oh, okay. Cronky says it's a fluke. But we don't know.
It could be, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But and who was the other one?
Rat losing, Slaps winning.
Oh, Rat has a fucking garbage team.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Garbage team.
You hate to see it.
Okay. All right. Now let's move on to your matchup, Zombie. Speaking of garbage teams, you lost to Bill in a heartbreaking fashion. Actually, it wasn't
Whoa.
as close as originally thought. I guess there was some stat corrections or something. Because wasn't it .22
Yeah.
before?
DJ Moore, I think, got credit for a fumble. So it was-
Okay. But Bill gets an opening week win over Zombie in a came down to Monday night. DJ Moore sweating it at the end, but gets the win 130.22 to 128.6. Closest matchup of the week. Bill had some good performances in there. Kyler Murray had a decent start with 18 points. Derrick Henry obviously ran all over the Buffalo Bills. Did have that costly fumble for his team at the end of the game, but had 29 huge points. Basically running all over the Bills and throwing up a middle finger to me, who I passed on him in the end of the first round. I did not think he was going to be able to sustain this type of production. We'll see if he does the rest of the season, but week 1 he looked great running the ball. Huge running lanes as well, but had the stiff arms in there, got the touchdowns. Looked great. Jerry Jeudy did okay, considering how bad the Browns looked. McMillan in his debut did decent as well. Kittle is the big story for Bill. Was having a great game, got a touchdown early in the game. Already had 4 catches, was looking like going to be having a normal Kittle, good performance, and then got a bad injuries now. Going to be out for at least 4 to 5 weeks, so that's rough for Bill to have to sustain that this early, especially at the tight end spot where there's not that many great options for tight ends. Obviously, big story though for Bill was Ibuka having a monster rookie debut. Just another great Ohio State wide receiver, 23 big points, caught a great game-winning touchdown pass, some great throws by Baker, and great catches. So big week 1 game for him. He started Jerome Ford and his other flex, who did absolutely nothing, looked horrible, but that's what you get when you start Cleveland Browns players most of the time.
Jerome Ford should be droppable at this point.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he does.
He has zero
He
value.
did not start the correct quarterback, though, as he had Herbert go for 27.92. Did not cost him, though, as he still had just enough. But so we'll see with Bill. He's got 2 quarterbacks that are kind of both good, so that's going to be a challenge moving forward on figuring out which one to start each week. Other than that, on Zombie's side, pretty good performance. You score 128. You're hoping to win most of the time. So a little bit unlucky for Zombie that he had to face somebody that just scored a little bit more. What?
Someone was watching the Trump speech.
Oh.
Pusa.
Goff had a rough game. The Lions offense just looked clueless out there. That's got to be a concern for Zombie moving forward. Do you have another? Oh, you have Trevor Lawrence, don't you?
Hello?
Yeah, you only had 10 as well. Hello, Ernie. We haven't gone over your week 1 matchup yet. I was saving that for last for you to hope, thinking you were joining, so don't worry. Goff not looking great. Trevor Lawrence, their offense ran the ball well, so he didn't do much. So that's kind of the question mark so far for Zombie is, does he have a quarterback that's fantasy good? Better quarterback, he wins this matchup.
I have a quarterback for him.
Achain had a nice game. Hampton, I mean, he looked decent, got a lot of carries, but didn't really turn it into much production. Only 8.1 points. Obviously, St. Brown might be a little bit of concern with that Lions offense. This is a big second week for them against the Bears. We'll see if that offense looks better against a lesser opponent. It was the Packers, who are a pretty good team, so we'll see moving forward. Dunze did look good, gave Zombie a chance there at the end to possibly steal this game from Bill, but just came up a little short. Tyler Warren had a very nice debut as well at tight end. He looked pretty solid. Travis Hunter, he played a lot on offense and didn't do too much. Did have 6 catches, but only 9.3 points. Obviously, there's rumors floating out that he's going to play more on defense this upcoming week. We'll see what happens with him. And then Zay Flowers was kind of one of the big surprises of week 1. 28 huge points, looked great. Obviously, that game was a shootout, so that helps. And Cam Little had a very nice debut game. 16 points from the kicker is always nice, but not quite enough for Zombie as he falls to 0-1. Bill gets that big opening win barely. Zombie, your comments after taking that loss to Bill?
I was so fucking unlucky this week.
Okay. All
Um,
right.
almost all my players were in the worst possible fucking game script ever.
Okay.
My
Can I
fucking
Wait, go ahead. Tell me the players that were in horrible game scripts.
my tight end was up like 30 points on the Miami
Okay.
Dolphins. They didn't need to throw it.
Yep.
The Jaguars were up like 21-0 on the fucking shitty ass Panthers. They didn't need to throw it.
Yep.
Odunze would have saved me, except Ben Johnson's a fucking idiot and kicked it out of the end zone instead of to the sideline. They didn't give him
Okay.
one more chance.
Okay.
And yeah, the Lions, my
Let me.
Lions
I
were
was about to push.
underperforming.
I was about to push back on you were talking about them, which I agree. Those guys were in maybe some bad game scripts for you, but half your team was in good game scripts that didn't produce. The Lions were down the whole game, so they should have been passing the whole time. St. Brown could have got way more points, and Goff. Your Hampton, you were leading the Chiefs the whole game, so he could have did something on the ground. So half your team's game scripts should have been in your favor, and they did ass.
I am not worried about my Lions. They will bounce back this week.
Okay.
Yeah, like there was so many unlucky shit going. Like Travis Hunter was like 1 inch away from like a 50-yard touchdown. The
Okay.
fucking corner like tipped it with
Zombie
his
buddy,
finger.
your team's in
Good catch.
shambles.
Oh, okay, jeez. Going around, I was about to go around the panel here and say, does anybody agree with Zombie as being unlucky in week 1? Geez, apparently you don't.
Look. The issue is he doesn't have a fantasy-worthy quarterback,
Okay.
and the Dolphins are so bad. And Achain is only relevant because he got bailed with that touchdown, or
Okay.
else he would have finished with like 9 points.
Okay.
So, and also I don't like St. Brown because the Lions have like 8 million good players on that team, and
Okay.
and Gibbs is clearly like the main guy, and everyone else could take it or leave it. So,
Yeah, it
I
does
don't
have to
know.
be a little worrisome when Gibbs gets 10 catches and St. Brown only has
Who had
4.
Can you check for me who had more rushes, Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery?
More
Rush attempts.
rushes?
Or rush attempts?
Ooh,
I
that
mean,
is
Gibbs only had 9, so I'm assuming Montgomery had more. But
11.
say Say it with me, Ernie. This is a PPR league, so 10 catches on 10
I
targets.
mean, Monty had 4
How many
targets.
did Monty have? 4. So I'd rather have
Look,
Gibbs
I
than
think-
a
say
I
it,
think-
say it
PPR
with me. Say it with me, golfer. 1-0.
Okay.
I think there are
And
better
Bill
days
is
ahead.
1-0 with Gibbs.
I think there's better
Are you?
days for the Lions
I don't
because the
have Gibbs or
Packers
Monty.
defense. The Packers defense look really good, but I just think there's too many mouths to feed in that offense for St. Brown to consistently get like.
Look, this happens
I
every
think there's
year.
a bigger
4.
issue though than that, Cheese. They have so many good players, as you said. Goff should have been doing good with all those good players. I think there's a bigger issue of their offensive coordinator replacing him. I don't know if this guy's it. It is only week 1, so
I am not worried.
they were facing a good team. The Packers now
Every year,
defensively are
week
good.
1. Every year, week 1, the top wide receivers always struggle, and
Okay.
everyone panics.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is true.
He
All
will
right.
be back.
If I agree with that, Zombie. I'm not over panicked yet. I'm similar with you. But if Goff has a bad week this week, then I might be starting to worry that offensive
He will not
coordinator
be
ain't
starting
good.
off.
I do have offers out there where a
Okay.
quarterback isn't.
All right. So we'll see how truly you believe in Jared Goff or not. If you go and trade for a quarterback. All right. Anybody else want to make any matchups on or any comments on Zombie or Bills teams? All
Yeah.
right. Okay, go ahead.
Bill will somehow fuck this team up.
Bill
Yo,
is
fuck this team.
gonna.
Wow. Okay.
Bill is gonna struggle without Kittle.
We
Yeah,
make fun of
that is a
flops
big blow
for
for him.
trading unnecessarily, but Bill does that every year.
I don't know. I think Bill, he's shopping around Derrick Henry and Ibuka. They're both high right now, value. He hasn't traded them yet. I think he's just trying to see, like he tried to offer Henry and some other things for Chase and some other things. So he's trying to go after the top draft picks. Now, obviously, Zach was never going to do that, but
Oh,
if he trades Henry for way less with this high value, then yeah, then I would agree with you on that. But
Kind of like cheese.
I don't think Bill's.
I'm very happy with my trade.
I don't think Bill's gonna just
Shut the
throw away
fuck
these
up.
high value. I think he's just shopping them out there because they had great.
jeez,
week
you
ones.
literally gave away Henry.
Yeah,
Give
shut
away.
the fuck up.
Lad's gonna be a top 10 wide receiver, buddy.
How did you do this week?
Yeah,
He did pretty good. He had
that's a
14
good point. I'm
points.
glad you brought that out. Cheese, would you reverse this trade right now if you could?
No, I
Wow.
wouldn't.
Okay. After
I'll
seeing
tell
what
you
Henry
why.
did.
I'll tell you why. Because I got Lad, who I very much like,
Okay.
and I think this week was his floor. I think he'll do even better next week. Justin Herbert looks very good.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
you know,
sir.
Johnson is not getting 2 touchdowns every week, so give one of those to Ladd. He overthrew him a little bit. And then I also got Jalen Warren, and then I also got I got Javante, who I then got Warren and Sampson. So I got
Okay.
3 players to use for my team.
All right.
If I kept Henry, my team would be so bad because I would have had Henry, but then
Yeah,
I
but
would
you
be
gave me
flexing,
Javonte.
Adam Thielen. Okay,
Yeah.
I would have been flexing Adam
I
Thielen
agree
and
with
Mark
that.
Andrews.
Yeah.
It would have been bad.
You definitely needed the extra flex, seeing how your bench did. So I think that
I like
worked.
Ladd. I think Ladd's gonna have some great week.
Yeah.
9 targets. He was on the field like basically
Now
all
I
game.
think if you would have kept Javante Williams, it would be looking even better right now. But because Javante
Well,
did
that's
better than
debatable.
Jalen Warren, so but it is only week 1. All right. And then moving on then to the final matchup of week 1, we had a shocker. A lot of people were predicting.
A shocker.
Yes, a lot of people last week were
A
predicting
shocker.
Kroenke to beat your team. A lot of people were shitting on your team last week, Ernie.
I didn't hear.
I can't say your team performed really well because it didn't. It only scored 103 points. But in fantasy, all that matters is
Did
that
they
you
win?
got the dub, and you did against Kroenke, who was
What's the
top.
record? Can you check the
Yeah,
record?
it's 1-0, and Kroenke
Oh, okay.
is
Thank
0-1. 103 to 96 final score. A big surprise for Kroenke that he was talking very highly about his team, and it did not perform in week 1. Similar to me and Rat's teams, laid a dud in week 1. Big surprise, Drake May outscoring Joe Burrow. That was a
Big
shock.
surprise.
Joe Burrow only with 8 points. Once again, the Bengals, even though they won this game, I was saying a lot last week. I thought the Bengals were going to do something different than what they've done the previous years, where they come out and lose to bad teams that they're expected to win. I said they're going to come out and put on a show and make a statement week one. They did not do that. They squeaked by, got lucky to win this game that the Cleveland kicker can't make a simple field goal. They were very fortunate. They looked horrible in the second half on offense. The Browns just shut them down. So a little bit of concern there for those Bengals offensive players. Bijan, though, did his thing. The one bright spot for Kroenke's team besides JSN was Bijan. He looked great. Had 100 yards receiving, a touchdown. Tony Pollard only with 7.9 points, lost a fumble. He was active, had 18 carries, had a nice catch for 29 yards, but that fumble hurt him. Pollard, I think, is going to kind of be the guy. He's got to get in the end zone to get it worth it for a week. So we'll see what happens with him. JSN, though, did have a very nice game. Also lost a fumble. Man, Kroenke, what, your team have Butterfingers holding on to the football? Rough there. Waddle, what can you say about fucking Waddle? Pusa,
Dog
you
shit.
draft him every fucking year.
I don't know why. He's never good.
You draft him every year, and he either seems to get hurt or is now on a disastrous Miami team with Tua. I don't understand your love for Waddle so much when he keeps burning you. We'll see, though, if that turns around, or maybe he gets traded or something. Hawkinson obviously let Kroenke down. He had a chance going into Monday Night Football. He only needed like 12 points from Hawkinson to pull out the win. So he had a decent shot at it, and Hawkinson just looked like nothing. Like he was blocking more than he was actually out there trying to catch balls. 3 catches for 15 yards, disastrous, 4.5 to give Kroenke the loss. Jameson Williams obviously goes along with all the Lions' disaster offense week one. And then Devontae Adams got 51 yards to hit Kroenke's prop, but only caught 4 balls, and Puka Nacua definitely looks like the wide receiver one. Adams might be in a similar lineup. He's going to need touchdowns to be in the double-digit high points. Kind of looks like that after week one, but it is only week one. Congrats, Ernie, on your opening win. You had Barkley have a nice game with 18 points. Drake May did decent for you, considering you did start the wrong quarterback, though, as Penix had a better performance with 24 big points. That could be a big boost to your team if Penix looks this good every week. Monty only had 8 points. As Ernie likes to point out, he did have more carries than Gibbs by 2, but way less receptions, and with those 11 carries, only had 25 yards. So rough first week
He's
for
a running
Monty.
back. He's not a
He's
wide
gonna
receiver. He's
need,
doing his
yeah,
job.
well,
Good job, Monty.
that's why
Keep
Gibbs is
running the
better.
ball.
That's why Gibbs is better, because Gibbs is listed as a running back, yet
Keep
he's a
running the
wide
ball.
receiver.
Keep running the ball, Monty.
Okay. Obviously, disaster on Thursday night to start Ernie's week off with A.J. Brown
Disaster.
getting 1 catch on 1 target, and it came late in the game. He had a goose egg. He was looking like the candidate of the week to be on a goose egg, and then got that 1 catch at the end of the game. He was reading a book on the sidelines, apparently, for the whole first 3.5 quarters. This was after Rat proclaimed last week on the show that A.J. Brown was going to have a monster week and Hurts was going to air it out, and none of that happened.
It was all planned out.
T. Higgins kind of went along the same lines of that Bengals offense. Not too much offense after that first quarter. Kyle Pitts, though, did look good. Had 8 targets, 7 catches, so that's a big boost for Ernie. If he could get this type of Pitts production for the rest of the year, that would be a big boost to his team. A lot of people were skeptical. And Garrett Wilson looked very strong with Justin Fields. That Ohio State connection was cooking in week one with 7 catches for 95 yards and a touchdown. Huge game for Ernie. Obviously, we all talked about Ernie's 4th flex spot kind of being a disaster at the moment. It did not look good for Thornton, as it was a Jacoby Myers huge game. And really on his bench, there was no bright spots that maybe he could go to in that 4th flex. So that's kind of the big question mark still on Ernie's team. Who's he going to play in that 4th flex? Aubrey had an okay game. Overall, it was enough to get this week 1 win over Kroenke. Ernie, your comments after
Ladies
starting
first.
one
I haven't heard Pusa.
Oh,
Ladies
you want
first.
Kroenke to go first? Okay. Kroenke, your comments after losing to Ernie, who you shit on his team pretty badly and kind of put up an embarrassing scoreline. He was beatable. Ernie was beatable this week, and you couldn't do it. Kroenke, I know you're here. Kroenke, I was going to give you so much credit for fucking being in the show this week when Ernie was here and taking your loss like a man. And now
You
you're
think I'm gonna
okay.
you think I'm gonna talk when I get introduced like that?
What
No.
do you mean?
We're gonna let
I
the
gave
we're
you
gonna let him
facts.
take
You
her.
lost
No,
to a beatable team in Ernie after you talked shit on his team. What was not
correct.
factual
Correct.
there?
No. We're gonna let Ernie talk first.
Ladies first. Go ahead, Pussy. You already talked.
Cronky, I usually go to the losing team first and let the winning team have it second.
GG, Ernie.
Okay. Any concern
Huh?
about your team moving forward, Cronky?
Nope.
Okay.
Ah.
All right, Ernie, your comments after taking care of business in week 1. All that matters is 1-0, although the team didn't look great.
I don't need to look great against a small opponent like Pusa.
Okay.
I think Pusa's saving grace is he's a really good bench. We can plug in some better players.
Yeah, because the bench points count, right?
No, I mean for next week.
Yeah, I was a little
Yeah,
bit
you think
surprised
this?
he didn't play Pearsall. I was surprised. All that hype for Pearsall, he was trying to trade him with a very high asking price before the season. He
I mean,
looked
I made
very
him
good.
a
I'm
generous
surprised he
offer,
didn't
but
play him, but
You did not have a generous offer.
you literally
had a-
messaged me. That is fair.
It's a fair offer. It's not a generous offer.
I'd have to think that he gets in the lineup for Waddle this week. I would have. I mean,
Waddle has no value.
if Pearsall doesn't get in over Waddle this upcoming week, then Kroenke just has the biggest hard on ever for Jalen.
No
Warren.
one on the Dolphins besides Achan, who is like, should have any value at this point.
All right, Ernie. Anything else you wanted to say?
Just
kinda
easy
cut you off.
matchup. Easy
Any
matchups.
concern
I
about
mean,
AJ Brown?
if I face Pusa every week, I have no concerns. But I don't.
Well, the thing is, you don't face
Um,
Pusa every week, so
It was planned, like I said. Told AJ Brown to take the night off to give
Oh,
Pusa hope into that Monday night game.
okay.
To see him get shattered.
Kroenke did have a lot of hope after that Monday
There's a
night,
lot of
after
hope.
that Thursday night game. He was very excited. He came in the party at one point saying, "Oh, what? Ernie's got 3 players and they only got like 20 some points. Oh, hey, AJ Brown. How's
There's
AJ Brown?"
nothing
You know when he gets all
that's music to
excited
my
and he gets
ears.
that high pitched voice going. He was so hopeful after that first, and then it all came crashing down on Sunday for Kroenke. Oh boy.
Yeah, when you play someone that's 5'2", you know you only need to score 104, 105 points.
Okay.
All I
All
need.
right. All right. Well, it won't be as easy for you this week, Ernie, when you face Zach.
Gee, I lost this week.
Anybody else real quickly want to make any comments about Ernie or Kroenke's team?
Let me fix my honor for this.
No?
Cronky better get to his numbers.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Wow, and you go back to the numbers this quick. All right. All right, so that is week 1 in the books. Obviously, looking at the standings, there's going to be 6 teams at 1-0 and 6 teams at 0-1. Anth right now in the top spot with the most points. Then Cheese right behind him. Bill in 3rd. Slaps 4th. Zach 5th, Ernie 6th, and then at the moment Zombie is the best of the 0-1 teams, scoring the most out of the losing teams. Then all the way down with Tyler, Pook, Kroenke, Rat, and then me and dead last right now with the lowest points from week 1. Looking real quickly at waivers before we get into the week 2 matchups, there was a lot of activity. Obviously, it's week 1. There's usually this. There was a couple hot commodities on the waiver wire, and I expected some money to be splashed, and it was. There was a few, though, that I did not expect the money to be splashed on, and it was. And that seems to always be a theme in this league. Some overpays. Obviously, the key prize on waivers was Hollywood Brown, as we talked about earlier, with Worthy now being hurt. I really thought Rat was going to go all out for him. I really thought Rat needed to go all out for him, to be honest, looking at who he now has as his 4th flex. He did put a bid in for $35, but it was not enough as Zombie bid $53. You kind of, if I'm Rat, you got to know your opponent. Zombie always splashes cash. He always, early in the season, will overpay for guys that look to be good players. Like, if I'm Rat, I know I got to spend at least 75 to get him over Zombie. So I'm surprised he only went 35. I don't think you can think that $35 is going to win a player like this, especially for however long Worthy's out. A lot of bids for him, obviously. A lot of lesser bids. Zombie, your comments. A little bit of an overpay, but I won't really call it an overpay because I think getting him for $53, when you look at, let's say, the JV League, Bill spent all $100 on Hollywood Brown.
Oh my God.
So your comments on getting Hollywood Brown for 53 and stealing them from Rat, basically.
I corrected a mistake,
Okay.
costly, but I dropped them
Hmm.
for the
Ouch.
week 1.
Ouch. That is a costly drop. Cost you half
But
your fab budget.
I mean, no one could predict that Kelsey hated Worthy so much because he's black.
Wow. Well, Hollywood Brown is also black, so you might want to be
Brad should
careful.
have spent $75 on
I
him.
agree. That's what I just said a minute
I don't
ago.
because Beans and I were talking last night. If you look at last year, like who was ever worth it
But
on waivers ever? Nobody.
It was a
the
slow
only
year last year for waivers.
Like
Kind
all the good players are like week
first few
1, 2, or
weeks.
3, or you're
Yeah.
preying on injuries.
But the years before that, it wasn't like that. There was some guys later in the
Uh,
season that were key guys. So
the only reason I did it is because I have Rice. I wasn't gonna do
Yep.
it for any other wide receiver.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
that
Rat
makes
should have
sense.
done it though.
That's
because,
why
like,
that's exactly why we're saying
because
Rat
you
should
could
do
have
it,
plugged into
because
Hollywood,
he
and
has
then
a
the
guy
second
yeah,
Worthy's
exactly.
healthy, you swap him out easy.
Yep.
You're
Obviously,
guaranteeing
Rat is at
production.
the Phillies game. Which Cheese? What's the score of the Phillies?
Mets are cooked.
Oh boy.
And we're watching this.
Rat's
The
gonna
New York
watch
Mets are cooked.
his Phillies get a win tonight, and Philadelphia's Park. Wow.
Giants are about to overtake the Mets.
Good,
But
they deserve to miss the
it
playoffs.
would have been interesting to get Rat's comments on this, on why he didn't bid more. You know, he was telling me last night he was trying to make a trade. Well, he did make one trade for $13 in fab, and then he said he had another trade where he was trying to get more fab, and he said he wanted to have more fab than Zombie, and I assume that was to go get Hollywood Brown. And then he only put a $35 bid, so I'm kind of surprised. I would like
What
to
is
hear
he
why.
talking about? I only have like 65. He didn't even need to get that much.
Oh, I don't know. He was saying he needed to get more to go over top of you. I don't know what he was saying. But I'm surprised, like I said, that he only bid this little. That was never, that $35 bid was never going to win Hollywood Brown. He should have knew that. Between people like Bill and Zombie who will splash the cash, he should have knew that. Moving on to the next big bid of the week, we had the other kind of star wide receiver from week 1 that was on waivers, Quentin Johnson, who had 2 touchdowns. Ernie picks him up for $45. Now this one is a bit of an overpay, as the next bid was Slaps at $10. So Ernie splashing cash for a wide receiver. I don't like this pickup as much because with Hollywood Brown, you know he's going to be very involved. You know he's the top guy because of the injuries the Chiefs have. With the Chargers, they have other options at wide receiver. I think this is more likely to be a fluke week 1 rather than like a continuous player like I think Hollywood Brown can be for the next few weeks.
Mhm.
So I don't know about this bid, but Ernie, you can defend it. I'm sure you were happy to get him.
Very happy.
Okay. You
At the end
any
of the day, I
regret
still
that
have
you
more
could have
fab.
spent a little less?
Nope.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, Quentin Johnson has a better quarterback.
Then the Chiefs.
This is true.
How many times have we heard this Quentin Johnson story?
Yeah.
How many times
He
has
does
Puso beat me?
have some games every once in a while, and then he goes back to dropping passes and not
Okay,
making-
I will say this.
Zombie, you
no
didn't even bid on
bias.
him.
Yeah, okay, no bias.
Uh,
I will tell you the truth.
okay.
He has improved, and
Has
the
a
way
better
that they're
quarterback.
using him, they're gonna use all 3 wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So does that helping
Fast-paced
him or
offense.
hurting him?
Helping him.
How? If
Helping
they're
him,
using
'cause
all
usually
3
he wouldn't
wide
be on the
receivers,
field.
that's just splitting.
And
time.
they also took a rookie in the draft. They have Old
Wait,
Man
I'm still trying to
Allen.
figure out, Zombie, when you say
They
they're using
have
all 3
Ladd
wide receivers,
McConkey.
is that a good thing or a
Are
bad?
we listening? Are we listening
Yeah,
to the
'cause
Giants fan
usually
that
he
let
wouldn't
the Eagles
be
have
on the
Saquon for free?
he wouldn't be on the field as much.
Well, wait,
they're
so
gonna
you
be
were
using
saying
all 3.
before week 1 there was thought that he just wasn't going to get any playing time?
No, he like
Limited playing time.
I didn't think the offense was gonna be like the way they are setting it up, which is they're gonna throw the ball a lot. They're gonna be able to. They're gonna all 3 are sustainable fantasy players. Is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, so why didn't you bid for him? He's on your Chargers.
I'd rather have Hollywood.
Well, but there was no guarantee that you were going to get Hollywood. Why didn't you also put a bid on him just in case you didn't get Hollywood?
I was going for
Because
Quinn.
if I didn't get Hollywood, I was just gonna go try and trade for someone. I wasn't gonna spend the fab on.
Okay, so basically you like Quentin Johnson, but you don't like him for $45. Because you weren't going to even
No.
spend any dollars on him. Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any comments on this acquisition?
I
Great
think
acquisition.
I think Johnson would be better than last year, but he's not, he's not dropping 24 every week.
You literally can't be any worse than last year. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
I
worse than last
think
year. He's cut.
look, if they're throwing a lot, he could be an okay flex.
Okay.
They're throwing a lot.
I think Quentin Johnson is going to be boom or bust, and I don't think you needed to spend $45. Well, clearly you didn't have to spend $45.
I mean, yeah, if you spend like
If he gets him for
15
20,
bucks.
then
How
I
much?
think
How
it's a
much
better.
fab do I have left compared to everybody else?
But yeah, Ernie does have a lot more fab than everybody else. So
Okay, but that doesn't mean he just has to waste it.
no, I mean,
Yeah, it does.
he currently has the most fab, right? Still.
That's what fab is
Okay.
for. We
Okay.
spent.
Yeah.
Some there though. You get some week
Are you
one,
telling me
week
I'm gonna
two-
get a refund at the end of the year? All the fab I don't
No,
spend?
but there's still many
Okay,
more
then I'ma
weeks to
spend it.
go. There's still a few more weeks at least, and it could be like
Well, I'm not
2
gonna be
years
like
ago.
Pusa and be 0-5 and not spend my fab at the start of the
Okay.
season.
All right.
Well, you
Buddy,
want to
I'm
bet
not
on that,
saying you
or
shouldn't have spent
you wanna
any
bet
fab
that?
on them. I'm
Hey,
just saying you
0-5?
didn't have
I'll
to
bet on
spend
that.
45.
I'll bet on that.
Oh, your mic works now? Now you want to talk? 0-1?
Oh, buddy, you
Quiet
were
when we're
gone
talking
for
about
a
a matchup.
month. You were gone for a month. Now you want to talk?
And I
You
needed
gone
one
for
day
a
to come
month,
back
buddy.
and beat your
You
ass.
were gone
I
for
needed
a
one
month.
day to
You
come back
finally
and
get
beat
an
you.
no.
0-1.
You finally get an
Well, how's
ounce
the
of
weather down
pussy
there,
and you
buddy?
go off the grid
How's
for a
the weather
month. You
down there,
get
buddy?
some you get some coon
How,
and you go, oh, bye my Xbox friends. I won't talk to you for a while. I got pussy to hear.
Lol.
how's the weather
Can
down
you
there, buddy?
wait? Can we get a live confirmation on the show that that is the reason you've been AFK the past month? Because there's a lot of
Not
rumors being
confirm nor deny anything.
Huh? Oh, okay. All
Hope
right.
when you're gonna get
Moving
fined.
on to the
Hope that
next
shit tastes
bid.
good.
Moving on to the next bid. This one was kind of a good spend. Cheese edged out Bill by $4. I don't know if the player is worth that, but I guess we'll find out. You had a great week one. Cheese gets this guy Booty. We'll see if he's Booty Cheeks the rest of the season. $39 to get a wide receiver. Add some depth to the team for possibly the flex position to get rid of the tight end spot. Decent pickup. Well, I guess the question is he going to be good? Cheese.
I believe
Okay.
May was throwing to him all its safety blanket, good downfield passes. They do have Diggs, so I don't but if Booty, who's 23, can't outplay ACL tear Diggs, turn on him.
Okay.
Zach, yeah, me and Mike. I mean, I think he's one of this is the type of guy you spend on. He's super young, could break out.
Mm-hmm.
He's a top 1 or 2 target in an offense.
Okay.
Like those guys are not
According,
always
if Rat
available.
was here, he'd be saying, "This guy's ass," because my Pop Douglas is going to be the guy moving forward.
Pop Douglas hasn't been the guy for 4 years.
I'm just telling you what Rat would be saying right now if he was in.
My logic is this guy's. When else are you going to see the possible wide receiver one of a team? Possible, nothing guaranteed.
No.
On waivers, that's somebody to spend for.
Okay. Fair
And
enough.
I'm with Ernie. You got to spend it. Your best return on investments like this week, next week, maybe week 3.
Yeah. Possibly.
Barring a crazy injury.
The only other thing is this guy could have been a 1-week wonder, and then a guy comes around in 2 weeks from now that is like a Hollywood Brown, where
I mean,
he's
I
got
still
more solidified
$70,
role.
$60. I
Okay.
could spend that much. And Booty was good. He finished the year strong last year too.
Okay.
So.
All right.
I mean, we'll see.
Let's move along here. Moving on to the next bid. This one, also kind of a contested feat. Bill gets Harland Fannin, the Browns tight end, who I guess is the new Njoku, and Slaps bid 25, so $10 bid over what Slaps bid gets him. So Bill wanted the tight end. He obviously needs one with Kittle being out. We'll see if this guy continues to be the guy moving forward, or if they go back more to Njoku. But he gets the tight end that he obviously wanted. Moving on as well, we had Rat, who apparently didn't want Hollywood Brown a lot, but he wanted Calvin Austin, and nobody else seemed to want him. So Rat
I
just
don't get
spent
that one.
18. I mean,
Calvin Austin's been bad for years.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many points did he get in week one. I mean, he
I
had
mean, he had
17.
yeah, but like look at his last year. Like,
He was on the field 80%. Obviously, they don't have Pickens, so he's gonna get snaps. I don't know. I don't hate it. I just think this is the type of guy that Rat could have bid like
$7.
yeah, like $7 or $8 and got him because there wasn't any hype for
there
him.
wasn't big interest.
Yeah, so I think he overpaid some. Well, he definitely overpaid, but I think he overpaid more than what he actually needed to. Then Cheese changes quarterbacks. He gets rid of Bryce Young. Shocker. No surprise there. I don't know why anybody would have him to begin with. Like maybe they were just drinking that Carolina Kool-Aid that was in the preseason. Picks up Geno Smith. Anth with a decent pickup here gets Jawan Johnson, tight end. I was going for him as well as Bill was, but he got his other preference tight end first. I do kind of regret that I didn't just bid $1 to get him. I really should have just bid $1 because I would have rather.
Sounds like
had
you
him.
should have spent your fab. Huh.
Well, yeah,
Interesting.
$1. I was only debating between $0 and
You
$1.
should have spent your fab.
Yeah, I was debating between $0 and $1, and I should have did the $1.
You should have spent your fab.
And then Slaps changes kickers. His kicker didn't do too good for Tampa, so he picks up the next Justin Tucker for Baltimore. I'm surprised nobody else went in on him. And then Fant is the tight end I ended up settling with, who had a decent week 1, just in case Evan Ingram is out, although he had a limited practice today, so maybe he won't be out. And then Zombie makes a change at quarterback already. He gets rid of Trevor Lawrence and picks up Danny Dimes. After that great week 1 performance, he's now freed as a Colt. Maybe this will bring Zombie the quarterback production he needs. Are you going with Danny Dimes or Jared Goff in week 1 or week 2, Zombie?
I'm not starting Dimes against Broncos.
Oh, I didn't know. I forgot who he played. All right. Fair enough. All right, and that was the waivers for first week. So decent amount of cash spent in week 1. We'll see what happens. Moving in then to Zach. Are you here? Hello. Zach here.
Buddy, I'm here.
We finished the matchups for week 1. I'll give you a chance real quick to make your comments after beating Rat, the defending champ, in week 1.
Yeah, first, let me start out by saying that I hope we had a moment of silence for today's tragic events. It's always a sad and somber and humiliating time when somebody overbids for a waiver wire player.
Okay.
I'm not sure what Fake Rat was thinking in that situation.
I like where
but
you went there. I like how you did that. You set
I
that up
pulled
nicely.
over. I pulled over to make sure this point was heard because
Uh-huh.
it really is, a crying outrage. Let's
Okay.
have a moment of silence here.
Are you talking about Rat's overpay or Ernie's overpay?
I'm talking about Rat's criminal overpay. I'd like to have a moment of silence. Please listen to my time.
Yeah, that's why we need a moment of silence.
All right, moment of silence.
Shut up, 0-1.
Thank you. Now let's have a moment of applause for the other events today.
Whoa! What does that mean?
Whoa.
What does that mean?
Of course, Zombie will be clapping. He was celebrating in the chat earlier.
That's not me. That's fucking.
Okay. Could have
It
been
wasn't
you, though.
Zombie. Yeah.
All right, back to
I
your
didn't
matchup
say
versus
which
Rat.
events
Was
we
there
were
anything
clapping
else you
for.
wanted to say for that?
Yeah, I didn't say which events we were clapping for,
Uh-huh.
so you guys let your minds wander.
Okay.
Yeah, Fake Rat, it was always an easy win. I expect everyone, to have it pretty much an easy win against him almost every week. You're going to have some pop-off weeks and get super lucky, maybe 2 or 3 wins for
Okay.
him.
Okay.
But
Now,
his team is just straight up booty garbage.
okay. Now, I know you won't confirm this and you'll deny this, but I did mention this earlier that at about 4 o'clock-ish, after you watched your Jamar Chase shit the bed and Scary Terry not do good, in the party you were very, 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 very saddened and did not think you were going to beat Rat and was blaming your wide receivers and couldn't believe how your wide receivers let you down.
That's literally, I'm calling cap on that. I'm calling cap.
I
don't
figured
know
you
where-
would. I figured you
in
would.
the past few years, you have gone downhill as a commissioner. Let me just say that between all this shit happening, and then now you let people who are not in our league in the party.
Buddy,
You've
he's
gone
on
no,
mute
you've
the
gone
whole
soft.
time.
You've gone soft.
He's on
and you're
mute the
bitch.
whole time.
You
He
let
hasn't said
him
a
buy
word.
stuff for you, and then he gets in the party.
Okay.
He's your sugar daddy. That's what it is.
Okay.
You gotta make do for the sugar
Buddy,
daddy.
he has a
probably slob
segment.
on his
I
knob,
gotta
he
have.
loves
I
his
have to
babies.
have somebody have a segment because you don't have a segment
It's
this
black
week.
and white.
Ooh.
Maybe
black
if you
and white.
had, maybe if you did your job and had a segment, it's week 2 and you're already taking a week off. Like I gotta have somebody to have a segment, so he's stepping up
Yep.
to the plate
And
with
it's a
segments every
carbon
week.
copy of my old one, buddy.
Okay, all right.
Like I said in the DMs, we are having a week off in remembrance of the tragic events. You want to release the DMs?
Okay. Yeah, and my DM's called Cap on that and said you're just too lazy to come up with an idea this
Yeah,
week.
and I put the thumbs down. No, but you can't deny you've gone
Buddy,
soft.
everybody
and you
called
dished out
your
for the sugar
everybody
daddy.
called
We can
your
move on.
segment
We can
trash
move on.
last
We
week.
can move on. We can
Everybody,
move on.
buddy, everybody called your segment trash last week, and now you're running out of ideas. I just call it
No,
how I
that's
see it.
okay. My segment has gone on for what 5-6 years. Everybody loves the fucking segment. This segment has more views than any other segment.
There's no
on...
fucking way
So
Julian
we're-
has a segment.
So we're wondering why,
I'll be
if it's
tuning
been
out for
so
Can we
great,
confirm
segment.
this?
if it's been
Can we
so great
confirm
the
this?
last
I
5
mean,
years, then
he
why are
had
you
one
going
last
away
week.
from it and changing something that was
Can we
good?
confirm this? Wait. You're telling me that someone that's not in the league has a segment?
Not at the end of the show. There's the Julian 5-minute JV Jew update. Did you not watch it last week?
Nobody watched
No,
that.
it's Julian.
Actually, more
Jesus
people watched
fucking
that.
But
than
we can
your
move on.
segment,
Like
Zach.
we've said, you've gone
I
soft as
will
a
be
commissioner
honest.
for the
I
sugar
will be
daddy.
honest. I will be reporting that video until it goes down.
Okay. Go ahead and report it all you
Golfer, let's
want.
move this
Nobody
along.
wants- Buddy,
Jeez.
Cheese.
I've been
Don't
trying to
tell
say,
me,
Cheese,
Cheese,
let's
how to
move on. We all
organize
know
the
golfers
show,
want
buddy.
to
Just
talk
sit
about
there and
it.
relax. Me and Zach will have a live argument. This is good for the stream. All right, moving on.
It's not an
to-
argument, buddy. We're just talking.
Moving on to the
Yeah, we're just
matchups.
tired of Julian's shit.
You've gone
Week
soft.
2,
For your sugar daddy.
we will start with Bill, a battle of 1 and O's. Bill versus Slaps, both picked up good wins in week 1, both now
Goose
going
has really gone
head-to-head.
soft after today's event. Sorry, I needed to say that.
Jesus. All right. Looking here at the scoreline, high projection for both these teams. Slight now Slaps projected to win 140 to 131. Obviously, Slaps had a huge projection last week, about 141, and did not come anywhere close to hitting that. So maybe eventually here, Sleeper will get their projections worked out a little bit. But nonetheless, both teams pretty solid after their wins. Bill has Kyler Murray against Carolina. It's a pretty good matchup for him. Gibbs against Chicago. We'll see if he can have that bounce back, better performance on the ground. Who knows what to expect from the Lions offense, but it is the Bears who are also not looking great. Derrick Henry against Cleveland. I mean, you would just think he'll run all over Cleveland with how bad they are, but their defense played good against the Bengals last week, so maybe not. Judy against Baltimore. Obviously, Baltimore struggled in the fourth quarter to stop any type of wide receivers. So their corners are still a little suspect, so maybe Judy can have a sneaky decent game. McMillan against Arizona. The newly acquired Fannin for Cleveland. Man, that Cleveland-Baltimore game is a big game for Bill's matchup. He has a lot of players in that game. Ibuka on Monday night. There's 2 Monday night games this week. Yuck. Disgusting. First one, Tampa and Houston, so he has him on Monday night with Ibuka. Ridley, who had a bad week 1, looking for a bounce back against the Rams, and Bates against Chicago, another Chicago-Detroit player. So a lot of players from that game. Bill's hoping that game is better than what it looks like on paper. On Slaps' side, RB1 Jalen Hurts against the Chiefs in that Super Bowl rematch game.
Whoa.
I'm sure he'll do good on the ground. We'll see about in the air. Josh Jacobs on Thursday night against Washington to get him started. So we'll see. That's a great matchup tomorrow night. Hopefully it lives up to the hype. Chase Brown against Jacksonville, also pretty decent. Had a good week 1. Tyreek Hill against the Patriots. God only knows what to expect out of him. At what point does Sleeper start lowering the projection to like 10 or 11 points? Because I don't think Hill's going to be doing much. Also has Fat Debo diarrhea on Thursday night as well. So 2 big Thursday night players for Slaps to get out to the lead against Bill. He's going to need strong showings. McBride against Carolina, also pretty good. So he has McBride and Bill has Murray. Kyron Williams against Tennessee. Cooper Kupp against Pittsburgh. And then the new kicker for Baltimore against Cleveland. Overall, some decent matchups on both sides. I think Slaps really needs to get off to a good start on Thursday night with both those big-time players. If Debo puts up another strong game and Jacobs does his normal thing, then I think Slaps will win. However, I'm going to take Slaps just because I like some of his players a little bit more than on Bill's side this week. I'm not sure about McMillan and Judy and this tight end he picked up and Ridley. I'm not sure about any of them. So I'm going to take Slaps in a moderately close, like 10, 15 point win for Slaps. And I believe he might start 2-0. And God help us all because he'll be over the moon if he starts 2-0. Cheese, who's winning this matchup?
Taking Bill.
Bill.
Easily.
Okay. All right.
I think that he has some good matchups.
Mhm.
I really hate Tyreek Hill. Like, let's
Yep.
pump that projection
Wow.
down like
I
5
think everybody
points.
does. Yep.
I think Debo's like the Packers defense looks so good. I think this is a Debo down week.
Okay.
And then I just Cooper Kupp has like no value. Like he's like kind of useless.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
I mean, at best he's getting you like he's not gonna have a blow up game. I don't think at least.
Okay. Pook, who's winning this matchup?
If Slaps accepts my trade, he will win. If not, he will lose.
Shocker. I'm surprised that came out. All right. Let's see here. Ernie.
I wasn't paying attention, but
Shocker.
let me see. Fuck you.
Slaps and Bill.
I hate these two idiots. I hope Bill wins.
Okay.
Slaps will start to panic. I will say Slaps team reminds me of my team from last season. A three-headed running back demon.
Mm-hmm.
No receivers.
Okay. Is that
Okay,
a bad
get
thing
on that.
though? Because you missed
That's
the
a bad
playoffs.
thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, that's a bad thing.
All right.
That's a bad thing.
All right. So you hope Bill wins, but you're thinking Slaps might win?
No, fuck Slaps.
Oh,
I ain't gonna
okay.
shit.
So Bill. All right. Zombie.
These projections out of hand.
Okay. They're just projections. They'll get corrected as the time goes on.
I guarantee Slaps will not hit 140
Okay.
because Bill is winning and he's hitting.
He's hitting how much? Cut out.
He's hitting 140.
Okay. All right. Cronky.
I cannot believe I'm saying this.
Oh, wow.
I am not picking the old man on the porch.
Okay. You're taking Slaps for once? Hello?
I'm gonna treat that name like Lord Voldemort and just like not say it. I'm gonna say like yeah.
So you're taking Tush Pushers with Jalen Hurts.
You're a pussy. You're a pussy.
Tush Pushers is who
Okay.
I'm picking.
Okay, wow. Maybe that'll put the jinx
Coward.
on. Maybe that'll put the jinx on Slaps with you picking
Typical
him.
coward.
Zach.
You know, before I get into my prediction, I'd just like to call out everyone who has been calling out some members of the league for being AFK. Where are those haters now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right here.
Really?
Really?
I mean, one day doesn't solve the past month, but we'll see if it continues.
You know, Ernie?
I have a question.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I've been getting slandered a lot, right? Because I've been
Yeah.
AFK.
This
You
is
know
true.
what I do with that? Okay, I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Who's been in more shows, me or this SoCon new league member?
This is true. This
well,
is
you,
also
because
true.
you're here this week and Anth hasn't been here.
Okay.
But
So answer the
I didn't
question.
I didn't know we were comparing you to Anth. We were.
Well,
I'm just saying. answer
I'm
the question.
comparing.
Somebody's here and somebody's not.
I'm
so who's the
comparing
real
you to you of last year. Last year, every Sunday you were in the damn party watching all day the shows in the fucking red
We're
zone.
not talking about
and talking
Sundays.
about
We're not
matchups
talking about
and not
Sundays.
waiting until you beat Cronky to then finally talk today when apparently you had today off to join the show. That's what we're comparing you to.
Ernie
I
beat
zoned out.
Donkey?
I beat the shit out of Cronky.
I don't know about that
He's
shit.
been more AFK
That's
since
hilarious.
I've he's been more FK than me.
Hold on.
this show.
Hey, Golfer,
Oh,
Golfer,
now
I
you
just
want to
want to say
talk?
this.
Can you confirm who's
Golfer,
talking
can I
more
have
than party?
a second?
Can we
All
confirm
right,
who's
one
talking
person
more?
talk at a time, please. We
we-
can't
okay,
hear anybody.
I'm still
Especially with
talking.
Zach's mic. Jeez.
I'm still talking. Can we confirm who's been more active in this show segment? Me or Pusa?
I mean,
I have.
I don't know about that.
All
We
you
both
heard,
made-
all you heard from the city was GG, you won. And then
Yeah, I
you
mean,
beat
he
it up.
lost.
He
Like
can't
a
even say
coward.
the name of other league members.
Hold on. When you lose, you don't really talk that much most of the time. And
I
he
do.
did. I did ask him a question on
Well,
if
I
he
don't
was
lose,
worried
you're right.
about his
I don't
team, and
know.
he said no. So he did answer that. Like, what else you want him to say?
Who's been
Be more
Can I talk?
active, Pusa.
more active, Pusa?
Okay.
Can I talk?
Go ahead, Cronky.
Yeah, sure. So you can meet up after.
I told Julian this is gonna be a shorter show. I forgot.
Pusa's team got Charlie Brown by Ernie. That's what happened.
Yes,
Who the
Charlie
You know
Kirk
what,
as
I'm-
well.
Charlie Kirk.
Oh,
Charlie
Oh,
Brown.
sorry. Wrong name.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right, Cronky, go ahead. What is your
who's the
response
bigger
so we
idiot?
can move
Him
on?
or the guy that thought he was gonna beat
Can
me
we
week
move
one?
on?
Yeah, we can move on.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, what were you gonna say?
That's what I fucking thought. That's
What'd
what I
you
fucking
say?
thought.
Comments from Golfer and Cheese about something that happened today.
Wait, what?
Oh, brother,
Shut the
what?
fuck up, Pook. Who brought you up? All right, we're
What
having a
did Pook
conversation.
say? I didn't
Wait
hear
your
what he
fucking
said.
turn.
The
I wanna hear what Book says.
Yankees did a moment
Oh.
of silence for Charlie Kirk.
The
and in
Yankees did?
response, the Tigers are
Ridiculous.
now beating them 9-0.
Oh,
go!
my Tigers are the
Your
true
Tigers
champions
do
for
not
Kirk.
respect Charlie Kirk to death.
I hope
because
they
of that.
don't.
Put
Whoa,
the
my
politics
Tigers
to
have
the
great
side.
respect. We
Whoa,
were winning in his honor. Damn,
You're
we have
gonna
been
offend Pusa.
taking the Yankees behind the woodshed between our nine run seventh inning yesterday and now beating them frickin' 8-1 today. Oh my God, they're trash. And we're supposed to be worried about them in the playoffs? Huh. All right, back to
Buddy,
football. Let's move on.
Yeah, Pusa, you're not off the hook. What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
Zach, we'll get to it during his matchup.
All
Let
right,
me
you pussy
continue.
ass.
All right, moving on to the next matchup.
Wait,
we
I
have...
didn't even predict my.
Okay, we'll pick.
Yeah, I can never pick a team that has Tyreek Hill on it. So still Bill.
All right. All right, moving on to the next matchup. We have Cheese at 1-0 facing Tyler at 0-1. Projection actually has Tyler to win this one, 131 to 123, but we all know projections are a little funky right now. But Tyler's team had a decent week one, got a little bit unlucky on who he faced. Faced the most points in Anth in the league. So we'll see if he can get a bounce back. Although he does have to face now the person in week two who scored the second most last week. So a little bit of a rough start schedule-wise for Tyler. But the question is, can Cheese put up that big performance again, or was that just a fluke? Cheese has Josh Allen against the Jets. Obviously, that should be pretty good. The Jets couldn't stop 40-year-old Aaron Rodgers. How the hell are they going to stop Allen? McCaffrey against the Saints, another good matchup. The Saints are dog shit. Assuming McCaffrey stays healthy the whole game, that would be the only question. Sampson in there against Baltimore. Obviously, Baltimore struggled as well defensively. Decent
My
start
check
there.
down king.
Yeah, decent start there. Lad McConkey on late Monday night. So
I got two
they-
Monday nights.
Oh, too late? Oh, yeah, too late Monday nights with Jacoby Myers as well.
Three.
So,
My
oh,
kicker.
Oh, damn.
It's
So
gonna come
most
down
likely
the
your
wire.
matchup's coming to late Monday
Coming
night.
down the wire.
We'll see if you're up that late to
Late night
actually
sweat.
watch it.
I'll be up.
Okay. Or maybe you could just be totally blown out and then the late Monday night won't matter. We'll see.
Yeah, that could hopefully not.
Cortland Sutton against the Colts, another good matchup there. Tucker Kraft to get you started tomorrow night against
Mhm.
Washington. I don't know about that, but I'm not huge on Kraft. At least you don't have Andrews in here, though. And then your new waiver wire pickup, Booty against Miami. Obviously, a good matchup there for him. So overall, some pretty good matchups. On Tyler's side, Daniels tomorrow night to get him started. Man, that is a big start for Tyler. He should be up facing Kraft versus Daniels. If he's not, then it's a travesty for him to start his week. Bucky Irving on Monday night, so he also has a Monday night player, but in the earlier game. So it probably going to be close and going to come down to Monday night on whose players
Give me a
perform
sweat.
better. Kenneth Walker looking for a bounce back game against Pittsburgh. Puka Nacua against Tennessee, pretty decent. Although Tennessee's defense played well in week one, but Nacua looked great. DJ Moore against Detroit. We'll see what happens there. Travis Kelce against the Eagles. Kelce kind of had that one big play to get him bailed out for week one. We'll see what he can do against the Eagles. Gonna be
Super
rough.
Bowl rematch.
Aaron Jones on Sunday night against Atlanta. Aaron Jones looked pretty good and caught that touchdown. Chris Olave against the 49ers and Elliott against the Chiefs as well. Who the fuck is that? The fuck? All right, I'm going to take Cheese just because I like his matchups more. I think Tyler's team is actually pretty decent compared to Cheese, but Cheese has some good matchups this week with a lot of his guys. So I'm going to take him. It's going to be close. I think it could be high scoring, but I'm going to take Cheese. Pook, who's winning this?
Who's it between again?
Cheese and Tyler.
I think Tyler's gonna win.
Okay. Well, all right. Zach?
You know, like I said earlier in the chat,
Mhm.
out of the last few newcomers over the years, I'd say Cheese is the strongest.
Okay.
He,
What world are we
You know-
living in? You're complimenting Cheese.
I'm trying not to go too far with this. He gets lucky. There's a lot of luck involved,
Okay.
but would you rather be lucky or good? So
Lucky any day of the week, especially with fantasy football.
yep. So
Lucky.
Cheese, you've proven your worth in this league. You're a good member, unlike some other people. I'm not gonna
Okay,
say any
so
names.
are you taking him to win?
No,
Okay.
I'm taking my good friend Ty.
All right. Great compliments there, just to fucking backslap him at the end. All right. Ernie.
What's the matchup? What are we talking about?
Cheese versus Tyler.
Oh, a liberal versus a Republican. Huh. It will be the same result as the election.
Okay.
Oh,
All
I
right.
thought you were gonna say same result as something else.
Whoa.
Don't talk about that,
Wow.
Whoa!
Too soon. There's the first real shot of the night. I knew something would come up eventually.
Wow, golfer, that's the second shot of today.
It's another one.
Wow.
I
need
condone
to
Monday of
choose
their
my
actions.
words a little
I'm not
better there.
part. Yeah, I am not part of this.
All right. Cronky. Who's
Can you
winning
believe
this
this guy,
matchup?
Pusa?
I'm gonna pick Cheese, and I'm picking Cheese.
Okay.
I can make Pusa not pick me with a few sentences.
All right.
Do
Well,
it.
wait a second.
Oh,
I
Zombie.
am picking Cheese.
Thank you, Pusa.
I did say Cheese was never gonna score that many points again.
Uh-huh.
I'm taking my boy Tyler.
All right.
Actually, can I add on to my point?
Yes.
What?
No, shut up.
I think Cheese is going to score the most points in the league this week.
There goes the glazing
Wow.
by Pusa.
Well, he almost
There
did
it
last
is.
week. He just barely didn't by like a point. So.
You know,
All right.
well, I wonder what's happening in Charlie Brown's fantasy league right now.
Buddy, what do you keep
You,
saying?
you gotta find a different name, Zach. That name
Yeah.
doesn't hit.
Oh, what's his real name?
Charlie Kirk.
I wonder
Why
what's
don't
happening
you
in
say
his fantasy
Christian
league.
Kirk instead?
Well, they're scrambling. Hopefully he
There was
wasn't
a
the
lot of
commissioner.
the JV league had a lot of massacres last week.
Whoa.
What are we doing,
What the
Cheese?
fuck does that mean?
This
All right,
Not
Cheese, are
appropriate.
you winning your matchup or are you getting massacred by Tyler?
I'm taking an expertly trained shot at his team this week.
Okay, now we're just going too far.
Whoa!
Okay, I'm sorry.
Just going way too
No,
far.
good. I have great matchups. You know, I believe in the booty.
Whoa.
Samson,
It's the only booty you have.
Apparently, Ernie does too.
Samson is Mr. Check
What
Down
about me?
Machine. Even if
Hey, shut
Judkins
up.
comes
What you
back.
say
That
about
was
me?
a good one, Crocky. That was
What
a
he
good
say?
one. He said,
What'd he say?
apparently you do too.
I do what? I do to what?
Believe in the booty.
you only
What?
He's taking a shot at you, saying you have a
Jesus.
girlfriend now.
taking a
Hello,
shot
come
while
on.
you were AFK.
All right, moving on. Back to
Pussy ass
Cheese. We
bitch.
got to rein this in.
Fuck
It's
you,
going to
pussy.
take 2 hours.
Great. Is that true? Ernie's getting hit.
I don't know. He didn't
Prenup?
deny. He didn't confirm or deny earlier.
Is
when
she
I
gonna pay
asked
for
him,
the kids'
so-
colleges?
God, that household
Okay,
with
we're
her
getting
now
off
added
topic.
into it.
All right. Anyway, great. I got good
Focus on the fucking-
matchups. Samson for now is a dump off machine. See what happens with Judkins though. Although 8 targets is like pretty. It's a lot. I like Lad. Just good matchups.
Okay.
We'll put up a solid number. With Tyler's team, Ken Walker looked atrocious. So I don't know about that. And I
Okay.
think Aaron Jones also was saved by that touchdown. He rushed 8 attempts for 20 yards, so that's pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
And then DJ Moore's kind of hit or miss with the Bears
Okay.
looking like that. So I just think we kind of Tyler's kind of getting unlucky. I think he's a solid team. It's just we have really good matchups this week.
All right. All right. There we have it. All right. Moving on to the next matchup, we have Pook versus Anth. Another battle of 0-1 Pook versus 1-0 Anth. Anth, after his huge week last week, looking to start 2-0 and make a statement in this league. We'll see if Pook can get back on the winning way here. He has Dak Prescott against the Giants. Great bounce back week potential for Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. They looked pretty solid last week, just didn't put up the numbers and the points. Nothing like a game against the Giants to get you right. Travion Henderson against the Dolphins, also a very good matchup. Should be a good game for him as well. Chuba Hubbard against Arizona. Justin Jefferson on Sunday night against Atlanta. Should be pretty decent as he looked all right in this first game, even with a rookie quarterback. DK Metcalf against Seattle. Brock Bowers against the Chargers on late Monday Night Football. So just in case it comes down to that. How do you pronounce his name? I'm not even going to try. The Tennessee...
Manor.
Io Manor, a Tennessee wide receiver against the Rams. Rams defense played pretty decent against Houston. No, I'm not sure about that. We'll see. Khalil Shakir against the Jets. Obviously, that could be a good matchup as the Jets gave up a lot of points. And then Fairbairn on Monday night as well, so another Monday night. On Ant's side, Mahomes against the Eagles. Super Bowl rematch. Obviously, Mahomes coming off a great week 1 for fantasy, although the offense didn't look great. And now he's down worthy. So we'll see if the Eagles can shut him down again like they did in the Super Bowl, or if Mahomes can put up another good fantasy day. James Cook against the Jets, pretty good matchup there. Breece Hall against Buffalo, so he's got both running backs in that game. Neighbors against Dallas could be a little tricky. I think they're still starting Russell Wilson this game, right? So expect.
Yeah.
Zombie said no, and everybody else said yes. I'm pretty sure.
No, I said, oh no.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that means another mediocre type of game for Neighbors until they finally bench Russ for good. Drake London on Sunday night against Minnesota. Laporta against Chicago. Etienne after his great week 1 against the Bengals. And then rolling with Pittman against Denver, though. That's a very tough matchup. Don't love that. I mean, it's really just Downs or him. He doesn't really have too much else. So not loving that last flex. And then McPherson against Jacksonville. I mean, I really don't like Pittman this week, but I really don't know what to expect from this Tennessee wide receiver, so they kind of wash. I think because Dak has a big bounce back week, I'm going to take Pook in a very close affair. I think, like the projections show, 124, 127. I think it'll be around there, but I think Pook will edge out the win just slightly. Let's see here. Cheese, who's winning?
I kind of agree with you on Pook. I think McCarthy looked a little better to finish that game off.
Mm-hmm.
At least with the passes, I thought looked decent. I
Yeah.
don't know about the
Yeah, Pook was ready to get. Pook was putting Jefferson on the block midway through that game.
Look,
and
I think it'll
they
take
started
Jefferson a
looking better.
couple weeks to fully get going, but not bad. Cuba's gonna have a good week. I think Henderson. I like the Patriots this week. Dak's gonna bounce back.
Yep.
The big concern is we haven't heard any info on Bowers' injury. So we can see what happens there. So I assume he'll be fine, but we haven't heard anything.
Okay.
And then I think Anthony's a really solid team. I just think I mean he has decent I think Breece Hall is a little worse this week. I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
and-
Henry just ran all over him.
yeah, but the Jets are gonna be inconsistent.
Okay.
And Pittman I think definitely doesn't do what he did last week. But I mean I think it'll be very close. I
Okay.
think
So who are
Pook
you
will pull it
taking?
out. Pook's gonna pull it out.
Okay.
It's gonna be very, very close.
All right. Let's see here. Ernie, who's winning this?
Who's playing? Oh.
Pook and Anth.
Pook's about to get his shit rocked.
What did you say? Pook's about to get a shit rocked? Wow, you taking Anth for
Yeah.
2-0 start, huh? Wow.
Yeah, that's about it.
All
And
right.
I went.
Bold prediction there. Zach? Hurt the Zach.
He will be having a first win for Pook.
Okay.
Oh.
Zombie?
I am gonna go with. And you know what? F had a good week last week. He has to come back down to earth. So
Okay.
I will go with.
All right. Who am I missing? Cronky.
Here I am again. I cannot believe I'm going to say this.
Wow.
I really hope this doesn't happen, and I really hope that Pook can, win this. But
Uh-huh.
I just, for some reason, have a feeling that this little bumblebee motherfucker is going to win this game.
One
Wow.
shot is all it takes.
All right. All right. So you shit so much on the foreigners, Anth and Slaps, yet you're predicting them both to be 2-0 to start the season. Wow.
Yeah, I did
Okay.
say at the draft that I thought that this is the worst team that Pook has ever drafted.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, Pook does have a trade on the table with Slaps, so maybe that will change your opinion.
He's going to have to take him far behind the woodshed and probably make him have to get reconstructive surgery.
Wow. Okay.
Kind of like how I did to you.
Pook, your comments on who are you beating Anth, and also comments on that your team was not drafted well.
If this trade goes through, I will be winning by double digits. If not, I will be winning in a very close matchup.
Tell us who one of the players that's involved.
Can I hold on? Can I ask you a
DK
question
Metcalf
though?
is involved.
Who?
DK.
Oh, DK. That's what I figured. So you said that if Slaps takes your trade, he will win. But then now you're saying if you make this trade, you will win.
Yes,
So
it is a
you're both going to
mutually
get good players?
beneficial trade.
Huh?
Yeah.
What did you say?
It's a mutually beneficial trade.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Anything else you want to make comment on?
I hope James Cook doesn't play. That would be great.
Yeah, he is listed as questionable. Limited at practice, Wednesday with a hamstring. All right. And are you worried at all about Brock Bowers?
I am not. Brock Bowers is a skinhead. You know skinheads go through anything. He will be ready on Monday. Oh, he
Wait,
has
who
an
has
extra
Brock
day.
Bowers?
Oh, he'll definitely be ready.
All right. Do you have a backup plan in case he's not?
Brenton Strange. Does he play on
He
Monday?
plays on
Or
Sunday
he plays
at 1 o'clock.
okay.
Oh boy.
Well, I hope they know by the time
Mm.
that happens.
Oh boy.
It
All
will
right.
be over by then. Don't worry about it.
You could just pick up Meyer, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Michael Meyer. Well,
I
he
hope
would
it's
have
not
to-
Monday night and you need your tight end to get 10 points like
Oh, boy.
someone else. And
Do you have
know how
somebody
that
on
went.
your IR spot right now?
Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, so you don't have your IR spot to put him on. Oh, that could
You know,
be.
yeah,
That could be a
have an
you need
potential.
your
IR
tight
spot.
end to get
I
10
have an
points
IR
on
spot.
Monday night. You are fucked.
I have
Yeah,
an
as we
IR
saw with
spot,
Cronky.
and it is called Chris Rodriguez because I am dropping his bum ass.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, buddy. I got the 2 Washington boys.
All right.
Yes, and yeah, you can take the third one. I don't want him.
Okay. All right. Moving on then to the next matchup, we have Rat at 0-1 versus Cronky at 0-1. This is one of the bigger matchups of the week. One of these guys is going to be 0-2, and in probably some panic, as both these teams have high hopes for this season. They don't want to start 0-2, but one of them is going to. Right now, Sleeper projecting Cronky to get the win, 131 to 124. Over the defending champ. Rat has Baker Mayfield on Monday night against Houston. So big time player there for him if it comes down to Monday night. Kamara against the 49ers on Sunday. Has Tracy in there against Dallas. What? Tracy did jack all in week 1. 5.5 points. Wow, that's putting a lot of faith
He's putting
in him.
Tyrone Oh no.
CD Lamb against the Giants. Like I said before, that could be a get-right game for the Cowboys. I expect CD to do good after dropping all those passes. Nico Collins on Monday night as well, so he's got another big-time Monday night player against Tampa. I got to see some better performances from Houston before, because what I saw was very concerning in week 1. Njoku against Baltimore. We'll see if Bill's new tight end or this one is the guy. Last week it was Bill's guy. We'll see if it's Njoku. Devontae Smith against Kansas City. He'd had a horrible week 1, so he's looking for a bounce back. And then the all hyped up only by Rat, because he seems to be the only one giving this guy any hype. Pop Douglas against Miami. It is a good matchup, so if he was ever going to score any points, it would be this week against Miami. If he can't score points this week, Rat, you might as well drop him because he's ass. And then Boswell against Seattle. So some big question marks there for Rat. He is benching Pacheco against the Eagles. It's a bold move there. On Kroenke's side, Burrow against Jacksonville. Should be a decent game for Burrow, I would think, much better than last week. Bijan Robinson against Minnesota. Tony Pollard against the Rams. We'll see if he can hold on to the football. JSN against Pittsburgh. Could be decent after how many points Pittsburgh gave up last week. He does have Ricky Pearsall in there this week against the Saints. Great matchup. Love that spot for him. Hawkinson against Atlanta. Who knows what to expect after that week 1 performance. Jamison Williams against Chicago, looking for a bounce back for that Lions offense. And Davante Adams against Tennessee. And Will Lutz. Sorry, Rat. I do think CD Lamb will have a much better game. But I have to pick Kroenke. Overall, his lineup from top to bottom is much more stronger, I think, right now at the moment than yours. I mean, he's got 2 solid running backs. He's got a quarterback that I think is going to have a great week. He's got good wide receivers. I love the Pearsall addition. Meanwhile, you got Pop Douglas in there, and Njoku, who knows, Collins, question mark, and Tracy, I don't like at all. So, yeah, I got to pick Kroenke. Potentially, I'm going to make a little bit of a prediction here. Potentially, Kroenke blows out Rat, and potentially Rat scores under 100 points for the second week in a row, and there could be some major panic from our defending champ after this week. Kroenke has the chance to do that to Rat this week. Cheese, who's winning?
Pusalad, I don't know what your team name is. I didn't know him, but you're winning. I would sub out the Jameson Williams for Diggs with how bad the Dolphins are.
Really? Okay. He does have that option. It's good to see, though, that he's got Waddle on the bench.
And he has Char, who looks decent. That's why I said Pusa's a really good bench, so you can kind of sub out those bad players for some decent.
There's actually a worse player. There's a really bad player on his lineup.
Who's that?
Tony Pollard.
Oh, I mean, he didn't do too bad week 1.
Who
He got a
does
lot of
Seahawks
usage.
play?
He only got
Pittsburgh?
He got 7.9, which is bad, but he got a lot of usage.
I mean,
He
you
lost
could
a
maybe
fumble as
plug
well.
in.
Charbonnet would get more points than him.
You can
Okay.
plug in Char if you're feeling risky, but
All
I
right.
think Rat's team is kind of in shambles at the moment.
Yeah.
I would have felt better if he was plugging in Hollywood Brown at second flex.
True. Instead of Pop Douglas. Yep.
But now, like, I don't like Tracy and Pop Douglas could end up with like 10 points total, so combined. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's
I know
kinda,
the Eagles are hard to run on, and I understand why Rat's benching Pacheco, but for
It's
some
not
reason,
even like
just feels like a game where maybe Pacheco gets in the end zone, even though the matchup's horrible and he had a horrible week 1. It's not like you're benching him for somebody more proven. I mean, you're benching him for somebody that did nothing in week 1. So I don't know. I think that's a little bit of an overreaction after week 1. All right, so you're taking Kroenke.
Yes.
All right, Ernie is winning this matchup.
My boy Rat is dropping 140. Pusa's dropping about 110. Panic's gonna settle in, and then the numbers are gonna take over, and he's gonna go crazy.
All right, so you're predicting a big win for Rat.
My boy Rat got this.
Wow.
140 plus.
Wow.
He's back.
140. All right, so you're a believer in Tracy and Pop Douglas then. All right.
I'm a believer on Baker, CD,
All right.
Mara, everybody's gonna pop off on Pooh's dumbass
Alright.
head.
Zach.
Who's Pusa's best player?
Pusa's
Bijan.
best player, Bijan, who had a bad week
Yikes.
1.
Yikes.
So
He
in
had a
this
great week 1.
matchup,
ACL tear.
I think we're gonna have a Christian Kirk situation on both sides, where both, their best player Bijan and Nico just get dropped mid-game, and this matchup won't even finish. I disagree with my good friend Ernie. I think Fake Rat's team is probably the worst team in the league, and he fucking sucks. He's not a good fantasy manager.
Mm-mm.
This could be like a 75, 76 point type of game where we see Pusa squeak it out.
Okay. Alright. Pook.
I agree with what Zach said.
Wow. Okay, so low scoring.
Good analysis,
And
Pook. Thank you.
Kroenke wins. Alright. Zombie.
This is the week Fake Red falls apart.
In week 2. Alright.
I've noticed how all the good fantasy managers are on the same page here. Ernie just loves CD. That's what it is.
I predict Fake
Did you
Red.
just call Ernie not a good fantasy manager? Pretty sure
I just think he likes CD a little too much.
Okay.
I mean, I like CD too, but the rest of the team is buns.
Like I said, the good.
I predict Fake Red for the least amount of points this week.
Wow. Alright, you almost did last week. Alright, so similar line of maybe another under 100-point week for Rat. Rat is an active trader, so if he starts 0-2, I can only imagine what will happen.
My office is open if that happens.
Of course it is. Alright. Kroenke, are you going to get your first win here? Are you going to fall to 0-2? Kind of a big matchup. Big matchup for you.
I think it'll be a pretty close matchup. I don't see it being a blowout or anything like that. I think I'll win by 5 to 10.
Okay, are you agreeing with Zach's take that it's like 75-70?
No, I
Oh,
think it'll be, higher scoring. Probably, I would say that, the projection's right around where it probably will land.
Okay, but you're going to pull it out.
Yep, I'm going to win by 5.
Okay. Fair
You're
take.
delusional.
Fair take. All right. Moving on. We're gonna save the best for last. Moving on to my matchup versus Zombie. Another one here, similar to Rat and Kroenke's matchup, a battle of 0-1s here in this one as well. So one team will start 0-2 and not where you want to be. So it's another big one here. At the moment, Sleeper has Zombie projected to win 129 to 126 to me. Obviously, coming off of the worst week out of everyone, my team looking for a bounce back. I have Bo Nix in there against the Colts. Colts looked really good last week against the Dolphins, but I'm going to ride with Bo one more week. This is a prove-it week for Bo. He is on notice. If he shits the bed this week, he will be benched. Genty on Monday night against the Chargers. Genty got in the end zone last week. Chargers, pretty good defense. Going to be a little tougher. Swift against the Lions. I liked his usage, but hopefully they can get him the ball when they're on the 1-yard line this week. Brian Thomas against Cincinnati, looking for a bigger bounce back game from him. He did get a rushing touchdown last week, but they barely got him any catches. He did have one catch on the sideline for like 15 yards that was overturned when they challenged. Need much more from 9 points from him. I need him 16 plus to have a chance this week. Harrison against Carolina. He was my one good performer from last week. Had a good game. Evan Ingram, who's listed as questionable, we'll have to monitor him. He did practice limited today, but he's dealing with a calf issue, so we may have to take him out. Mike Evans on Monday night, so I have a couple Monday night people against Houston. George Pickens against the Giants, another guy I'm putting on notice. This is a great matchup for the Cowboys to get their offense right. Pickens was one play away from having a good week last week if he didn't drop the ball, so hopefully he has a bounce back week this week. And Bucker against the Eagles. On Zombie side, he has Jared Goff still in there against Chicago. Obviously not going to go with Danny Dimes against Denver. As we already mentioned with the Lions, it's a big week for their offense to show that they're not as bad as they looked in week 1. Chain against New England. Who knows what to expect from the Dolphins. Hampton on Monday night, so he also has a Monday night player against the Raiders. St. Brown against Chicago as well. Zay Flowers, who had a very good week last week against Cleveland this week. Tyler Warren against Denver. Juggernaut Gervonta coming off that 2-touchdown game. Now he gets the Giants. Hopefully, the Giants are so bad that they can pass on them, and then they don't need to run the ball. And then Hollywood Brown against the Eagles as well. The new pickup for him. Obviously got a shit ton of targets last week, so hopefully just cross my fingers and pray that the Eagles shut them down like the Super Bowl. And Cam Little against Cincinnati. It's an interesting matchup. Both teams struggled last week. Both teams have some players that are due for maybe some bounce back games like Zombies Lions boys, as well as has Hollywood Brown. I have a couple guys that I'm hoping for bounce back weeks like Brian Thomas and Pickens. So it's basically going to come down to whose team bounces back and plays better from their more star guys. I'm going to take myself in a close scoring game similar to what Sleeper's projecting, but I'm going to take myself to edge it out, obviously. Cheese.
Can I go first?
Yes.
Can I go first?
Go ahead.
I want to know what type of crack Sleeper's on where DeAndre Swift, Amarian Hampton, and Javonte Williams are all projected to get 15. Like, what are we talking about here?
DeAndre Swift might get 25.
DeAndre Swift.
I mean,
is
Swift
gonna
had
get, like,
9.5
8
last
Look
week.
at his targets.
He had 5 targets, 9 points.
He just needed like 1 or 2 touchdowns. Yeah.
He just didn't get the
He's
touchdown.
not gonna get
I
those
think
touchdowns.
Hampton
He's
at
gonna get
14
that
is
touchdown.
ridiculous. Hampton's not.
You cannot convince me in any way that Javonte Williams and Mike Evans are the same caliber player. There's just no way you can convince me.
I think
of
the
that.
only reason Javonte is cranked up is the Giants are dog shit.
You can't even
He
tell me
got
that
2
Javonte
touchdowns.
Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown are the same quality player.
Okay, well
And
that's.
right now they're saying that they
I
are.
understand what you're saying, and I somewhat agree with you, but that's where if you don't read too much into projections and just realize they're projections, then what does it really matter? The players will play on the field to
Facts.
determine.
We got
points.
some dumbass fucking people in the league. that
I
are gonna
also
use
think part of
projections
it.
in trade talks and be like, oh, he's projected 15.
Well, like
He'll be
Slash.
a really good player. Like you, bitch ass fucking zombie.
Well,
How?
maybe you're not going to be able to trade with them if they're going off of projections on Sleeper, or you'll have to wait a few weeks for the projections to even out. Maybe hit up the people that are more sensible that realize projections are just projections. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so who are you picking to win this?
I hope both of you guys get Charlie Kirk.
Jesus.
Wow.
What the
Well,
Whoa!
that's
I
impossible
will-
because
I
we
will
both can't
say-
lose.
The loser of this will not make the playoffs.
Oh, all right. So
Ooh.
early season must win, or else their season's done. All right, interesting.
I think it will come down to whoever's quarterback does better.
Okay, fair enough.
I think Bo Nix has a bounce back game.
Okay, so
And he
who are you
propels
taking,
my
Cheese?
he propels my son to 30 points. I'm taking Golfer because I think that once again the Dolphins are a tire fire. Zay Flowers is gonna do what he always does and go from a 20-point game to a 6-point game.
Okay.
And Hampton be kind of mid again. Be kind of mid again, and they'll just bunch of mid over there.
Jeez, you literally started fucking Mark Andrews and Tucker Craft.
I still won.
And scored the second most points in the week.
Yeah, Mark Andrews is riding the bench until bye week.
All right, Ernie, who's winning this matchup?
Scroll down a little bit to the teams.
Buddy, I just went over all the teams.
Hey, you think I'm listening to you?
Let's go, chop chop.
Something. Why are you rushing me?
Because it's been 2 hours.
I
It
think
really has. Holy fuck.
my boy Zombie got this. Bonus is that. Step into my office if you need a quarter. Both of you idiots.
Lol. Okay. I have a quarterback on the bench who will be playing if
And he's not starting.
Bo's not getting. Not this week. I'm giving Bo one more week
Yeah.
to show
Give
himself.
up that free loss.
Maybe, but it's early. All right, Zach.
Who's playing?
Oh my God. Me and Zombie.
Ooh.
When I call on you from now on, I'm just going to automatically say the matchup.
Ooh. Zombie.
All right.
And then Golfer will be 0-3 because I think we play each other week 3.
Oh, okay. Let's not look that far
Ooh.
ahead. We'll look ahead to that next week. All right.
Good luck,
Cronky.
Zombie. Corrupt commissioner.
Cronky.
You got Kirk. Hello, Pusa?
Is Cronky here?
You got something in your throat?
Earth
Like I said, he's
Well,
more
All
AFK
right.
than me.
Yeah. Damn it.
He's
His
more
mic
AFK
is
than me.
moving.
I'm here. I'm here.
Who's winning between me and Zombie?
I'm gonna predict that this is the lowest scoring matchup of the week, but Golfer's gonna pull it out.
All right. I'll take that. All right, Zombie, you going to avoid your 0-2 start? You do have my number in fantasy most of the time, so I'm a little worried about that.
I do. I will be winning this matchup. My players will bounce back.
Okay.
And yeah, I just think the downfall is gonna be your whoa.
Okay.
Your boy
Why were
Knicks.
you hyping up earlier your Travis Hunter, but yet I don't see him in the lineup versus my Brian Thomas Jr.?
Listen, my lineup is not fully set yet.
Oh, okay.
We will be looking at the options
Don't
come
start the wrong
Sunday
guys.
morning.
I'd hate for you to start the wrong guys. All right, you got a Doomsday
Whoa.
on the bench as well. Don't start the wrong guys, Zombie. Good luck. All right, then moving on to the final match of the week, the marquee matchup of this week. Ernie at 1-0, Zach at 1-0. One of them will be 2-0 and on the top of the world. It's obviously a battle of good friends that never say anything bad about each other. I'm sure when they both speak on this matchup, they'll hype up the other one and say how unlucky it is that they have to face each other. Zach might even predict a tie in this matchup. Who knows? But one of them is going to lose. Right now, Sleeper projecting Zach to win 130-118. Obviously, both of them got wins last week, but they both scored a similar amount of points. Ernie scored like 103. Zach scored like 109. So it was kind of a lower scoring game for both of them. Ernie has Michael Penix in there on Sunday night against Minnesota. I like that start over. Actually, never mind. I don't like that start as Drake May was facing the Dolphins. Okay, interesting call there. We'll see if he sticks with that. Barkley against the Chiefs. Obviously, the Super Bowl rematch. I'm sure Barkley will get his points. Montgomery against Chicago. We'll see if Montgomery outrushes
Revenge game.
Gibbs again and if that gets in you any points. A.J. Brown looking for a big bounce back game against the Chiefs. Chiefs defense did not look good against the pass. So A.J. Brown, if he gets 1.8 points again and only one catch, that's going to be a disaster for you. I'm sure he'll have a better game than that. T. Higgins against Jacksonville. Kyle Pitts on Sunday night as well. So he's going with that Penix to Picks combo. Garrett Wilson after his big game faces Buffalo, who did give up a lot of points. And then the newly acquired man, Quentin Johnson, on Monday night against the
He
Raiders.
might get knocked out. He might get
Oh,
benched.
he might get benched. So who do we
fucking
have
who?
here? For
Or
who?
the stack.
For who?
Ray McLeod.
Oh,
Okay.
God. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
Come on.
All right. Well, let me go over Zach real quick. He has Lamar Jackson against Cleveland, Jonathan Taylor against Denver. Obviously, Denver's defense is looking good for that first game, but Taylor also had a good first week. Connor against Carolina, like that a lot. Jamar Chase against Jacksonville. Love that for a bounce back. I know I said it in week 1 that the Bengals were going to be really great, and they weren't on offense, but I do think Jamar Chase has a huge bounce back week 2. Scary Terry tomorrow night to get him started, so he does have a Thursday night player. Also looking for a bounce back game, although the Packers defense looked really good. So we'll see. That'll be interesting to see how many points he gets. Kincaid after his great week 1 against the Jets. Krosky Merritt against Green Bay, so 2 Thursday night players tomorrow for Zach to start his week. Nick Chubb on Monday night as well. And Koo against Minnesota on Sunday night. I think this matchup's pretty easy to predict. I think Zach's team overall, from top to bottom, besides Chubb is better. But if Ernie puts in Ray Ray McLeod, then I think that evens Chubb and Ray Ray McLeod and washes them out. I don't think Ernie's starting the right quarterback, so I'm going to take Zach in about a 20-point victory. I think it's pretty easy for Zach this week. I like his team better, and his Jackson 5, I think, all produced pretty well, and I think his Jackson 5 wide receiver has bounced back in a big way. Geez, who's winning?
This is gonna be a close, low-scoring matchup.
Okay.
I think this would be like Zach easily, but I think his commies get clamped
Wow.
Thursday.
Okay.
But if Ernie does put in Ray McLeod, it's kind of over. So I mean, I'll take Zach, but if Ernie makes some lineup changes, it could be a very close matchup.
Jeez, you got a long way to go before you're actually,
You didn't
an
even pick
established
me.
player in this
Okay.
league.
Ring.
All
Ring,
right.
ring.
Pook. Ernie and Zach.
This is a very tough matchup,
Mhm.
but I have to go for the one advantage that I believe will be the deciding factor, and that is the kicker advantage for Ernie.
Okay.
Young Hui
Wow,
Koo-
Young Ho is
Young-
Asian.
He missed
Didn't
a
they-
kick.
didn't,
but he missed a game-tying field goal, and
Didn't the
some
Falcons say
people
they're,
were
like,
That
gonna
was
be
a good
tryouts?
thing. That was a good thing last week. The other team had who'd they have? Who the fuck were they playing? Fake Rat had somebody good. If it went
Baker,
into Oakland, I
quarterback,
would
Tampa
fuck.
Bay. I know. He did your team a favor.
Yeah.
But some people were saying that he was seen in that Georgia factory with all of those other Koreans, and they should be deported. So you might
That's
not
fine.
have a
He's a
kicker
hard
coming
worker.
soon. You might be looking for a new kicker.
All right, so you're taking
Wow.
Ernie because of the kicker.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Cronky.
Why is Ernie a third quarterback?
I predict a very close. It's gonna be a tie.
All right.
Fucking Naples.
All right.
You just bitch.
Zombie.
You're a bitch.
I will be going with
Oh, you're
Holy
right.
Robot
Fuck.
zombie.
What?
Your mic is robotic right now.
On.
It's fine. Go ahead. Just make your prediction. Robot zombie. Who's winning?
Yeah, we can hear you.
My boy Ernie.
All right. Thank you, Cyborg. All right. Who wants to start? Ernie? Are you beating your good friend Zach here and going to 2-0? You're the heavy underdog according to Sleeper.
The matchup?
What?
Huh?
What did you just ask?
What's the matchup?
I
You didn't
just
say
said,
the
are you
matchup.
beating your good friend Zach
Oh.
and going to 2-0? What the fuck you mean? What's the matchup?
Relax, buddy.
Relax, buddy. You're rushing me for. I don't know why you're rushing me so much.
I told you it's been over 2 hours, and then you keep.
This-
I just asked you, are you going to 2-0 and beating your good friend Zach? And then you go, who is the matchup? What?
I feel like you're rushing me because Julian's rushing you. So
No,
let me take my
Julian's
time.
not rushing me at all.
Golfer wants to please the sugar daddy.
Buddy, we have
Jesus.
something else to
Possibly
do
Julian.
before we even get to that.
I will be getting off before that happens.
Everyone is getting before that happens. Nobody's watching that shit.
Oh, we have to do our fucking bet segment too,
Yes,
huh?
hurry up. Are you winning or not? You don't sound confident.
Gonna be a close game, but
Okay.
I will not be beating the
Oh,
fantasy champion this year.
damn. All right, so are you gonna say it or
I just
GG?
said
You
it.
won, Zach? Oh, we're not
I don't
bringing
do
up.
that.
Okay.
All right, go. Let's move along.
So,
All right. Zach, are you pulling out this win or?
I'm just gonna hope that nobody on our teams gets Charlie Kirk.
mhm.
Okay.
We get through injury free.
Everybody stays healthy.
Everyone stays healthy. The security is on point at these games.
Uh-huh.
So Ernie and I can battle for a high-scoring 190 to 190 tie.
Okay. 190 to 190 tie. That would be the greatest
see
tie
it.
I've ever seen. All
The
right.
first ever tie. Golfer, earlier you said nobody, somebody's got to lose. That's just not the case. We could have a tie.
No, Pook wanted both me and Zombie to get kirked, and I said that's impossible because both teams can't lose.
Who said I was talking about the teams?
Ooh, whoa.
It was my matchup with Zombie, and you said you hope both of us get kirked.
Yes, who said I'm talking about your teams getting
Okay.
kirked?
All right, Pook. All right.